Home team, what's happening, home team? I'm your host, Blackberry Larex. That's Blackberry, no C, just a K. We are reacting to, again, another loss at the hands of the Seattle Seahawks to our Atlanta Falcons, and we're going to react to it because that's just what we here to do. That's just what else is, well, I mean, if, if, if there was a way to embody, if there was a way to embody, I don't. Why did I even do this? Why did I stop? Can some explain to me? Somebody that's watching in the chat, please explain to me why am I even doing this? Why am I reacting to this? Why? I'm not even. It's it because like going over stats redundant. That's redundant. You lost 37-9 at home. You lost 37-9 at home. It's redundant to go over stats. It's redundant. What earthly reason could anybody have to actually take the time to complain about this game? I don't even want I don't want to complain about them because I knew already going into this game we were a 4-8 football team. Raise your hand if you knew that. Raise your hand if you knew going into this game you was a 4-8 football team. I'm gonna do something different, okay? Instead of me complaining about this, that, and the other with the team, we know the coaching is abysmal. We know that management is incompetent of hiring coaching and ownership, and we know um that this team has just been a big disappointment this season. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna tell you reasons for why they suck today. That's what I'm doing for today. The Today they suck because the people who are supposed to be the difference makers for us today were not difference makers. They did make a difference, just not in a positive way. AJ Terrell hadn't given up a touchdown in over 600 snaps. Had not given up a touchdown in over 600 snaps. Today he gave up a touchdown. Not all on him. The safety help he should have had took a bad angle on the play. That was Xavier Watts. He's young. He's still learning. That's his excuse. So it is what it is. But it was man coverage. AJ let the man beat him, get a step on him, and the man stumbled on and Jackson Smith and Jigba actually stumbled on the route, but still had a step on AJ Terrell. So that's on AJ. That happened. Bijan Robinson supposed to be our spark plug, supposed to be our biggest difference maker as far as like momentum and giving us a glimmer of hope on offense. Well, he fumbled the ball and you just can't be fumbling the ball. The way the Q's told us, I don't give a goddamn about how fast you are. I don't give a damn how strong you are. I don't give a damn how elusive you are. I don't care if you get all the gals at the school or in the streets or whatever. I don't care if all your partners look up to you. I don't care if your mama and daddy say that you are the apple in their eye. I don't give a goddamn. You put that ball on the ground, the next practice, you gonna be bear crawling, you gonna be leapfrogging, you gonna be doing all that shit around the track all practice long if you put that ball on the ground. It's something I tell y'all. When I play Madden, is one thing you can almost count on in a close game or at the beginning of a game. Bijan Robinson gonna fumble. So when you trying to close out a game on Madden, or when you trying to make sure you eat clock and milk possession in the end of the game, you better be running with Tyler Algier. Cause Tyler don't fumble. He don't. Cause he hasn't ever in the NFL. I can't speak for his collegiate career or his high school career, but on the professional level, which kind of matters the most, he ain't dropped a damn thing. So when you put the ball on the ground, that's grounds for getting some straightening in practice. So you got that going on. Kyle Pitts, once again, inconsistent. Makes a real nice play 1 minute, the next minute, the ball in his hands and he still ain't catching it. If anybody want to make a case for the defender defended it well, or he had a hand in his face, or his arm was being pinned between the guy and the defender, miss me with all these fucking excuses. Miss me with all these damn excuses. Y'all gonna have an excuse for Kyle Pitts until he not an Atlanta Falcon no more. And then when he not an Atlanta Falcon no more and he goes somewhere else and he's still doing the exact same inconsistent shit that he doing here, you ain't gonna have nothing to say. And the first thing somebody gonna say when it's brought up is he ain't an Atlanta Falcon no more. Why we talking about him? Because this is what he is. And this is why his ass don't need to be extended. This is why. This is why. This is why. The bullshit that spew out of some content creators and out of some people, out of some fans, the bullshit that spew out of y'all mouths. Kirk Cousins. Y'all still talking about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins didn't do nothing wrong today. He probably, the only thing I seen Kirk Cousins do wrong today is he took a sack that he shouldn't have took. And that was early in the game. Other than that, Kirk Cousins making the throws. You can't complain about the throws if the throws are making it to where they're supposed to go. They going to where the receivers are at. They're not going into the dirt. They're not being overthrown. He might have had one overthrow today. And I don't know if that was on him or not. He making the throws. Miss me with these Kyle Pitts excuses. Then, so what we got? The guys that's supposed to be the difference makers not being difference makers. We got, like I said, Bijan Robinson fumbling the ball. AJ Terrell giving up touchdowns. Divine Diablo got lost out there in coverage a couple times. Caden Ellis, I didn't hear his name hardly at all that much today, except on a few tackles. I don't put it all. I don't put none of this. All right, I don't put any of this on the. I don't put any of this on the players. I can't. I can't. This game today was a game not where the team was just so much better than you that you got your ass smopped 37-9. I truly, truly, truly believe that if you match it up player for player, and if you compare it player to player, position to position, defense to offense, with Seattle and the Falcons, we match up with them probably, you know, equally with a good full bill of health. Thought I just fixed that. Um, but this is what happened today. Today, you didn't have your horses that you need to beat a team like Seattle. That's just keeping it a buck. No Drake London. You needed him. You needed Drake London today. You didn't have Drake London. You didn't have Drake London again. Um we we missing Ray Ray McLeod. We missing Ray Ray. We missing him. David Seals is not supposed to be strapping up and lacing up on game day. God bless him for giving it his all, but he's this is not the league for we just give it our all and we're just happy that you gave it your all. This is not the place for that shit. Just give it your all. Just give it your best and we can live with that. No, we can't. We can't live with that. David Seals. We cannot live with that bullshit. No, we can't. David Seals. We can't live with you just giving it your all. No, we cannot. Darnell Mooney. Listen, man. Today was a better effort than last week, but I think they screwed him out of a touchdown. Uh it shouldn't it should it, he did reestablish himself back in bounds. The he didn't run out of bounds on his own, for one. The defender had his arm extended on his body, pushing him out of bounds. That should not have counted as leaving the field of play voluntarily. The rule only counts that you can't be the first person to touch the ball is if you leave the field of play on your own under your own, you know, power. You have to give yourself up off the field of play voluntarily, and then if you enter back in, you can't be the first person to touch the ball. That was not the case. This is the defender clearly had his arm extended, pushing him out of bounds. Therefore, he should have been able to not only just catch the ball, but down it as well, which means that should have been a touchdown. Even the what's his name, Mike Piero or whatever his name is, that's up in New York that they talked to. Even he said so. They screwed us out of a touchdown there. Who knows how the game goes? Who knows how this game goes if two events happen differently? Who knows how the game goes if they give us that touchdown? Who knows how the game goes if Bijan don't fumble the ball? Who knows how the game goes? That's today. Today, I'm speaking on today. And I know, oh shit, hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. Give me a few minutes. My bad. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat, man. I was saying something, but I forgot what I was saying. Let me show some love to y'all, man. What's up, man? What's up with you, Carl Thomas? He up in here. What's up with you, my boy? He said, Black, don't get on here sugarcoating it. They trash. On sugarcoat shit, bro. John Kemp say Terry Fontenot should be fired now. Offensive line is trash. No receivers. Damn. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. We got John Kemp in here. He say Terry Fontenot should be fired now. Oh yeah, we read that. What's up with you, John Kemp? We got T Terry up in here. What's up with you, my boy? We got Bernard Cantrell in the house. He said go dogs. Yeah, that's excuse me, that's right. We got something to be happy about this weekend. The dogs and the holes, baby. That's all we got to be proud of this weekend. But I guess 2 out of 3 is good. 2 out of 3 is good. Bernard Cantrell in the house. What's up with you, my boy? We got 3 Daddy, one of the OGs in that game. Say when it rain, it pours, boy. Boy, say that, boy. Christian Lewis, one of the lady birds of AFN, one of the home girls up in here. She say when the opponent's defense know your key players and scheme and execute against your strengths and weaknesses, they will win. Execution, man. Execution is key. Who else we got in here? We got Matty Ghost up in here. He say, Lucky is slow. Lucky is slow. Hell no. Lucky. Who is Lucky? Matty Ghost need a tight end with speed and power. Yeah. Man, we need somebody that's gonna be consistent, bro. They don't have to be the have speed. They don't have to be powerful. Just be consistent. Just be consistent, man. That's it. Just be consistent. What this is. We got B King up in here. Why Raheem never defer the kickoff to the second half. Mm. Hold on. Who got the ball first today? We got the ball first. Yeah, I think we did get it first. I don't know, man. I don't even fucking care about all that shit, bro. All that kick the ball off first or ask for the. I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. Win the fucking game. Win the damn game. Y'all know before the past recent couple of years, most teams took the ball first on the damn at the start of the game if they won the coin toss. Most teams took the ball first. This some new shit. This some Madden shit that these motherfuckers doing now. This some analytics shit that they doing now with deferring. We did that shit on Madden. They didn't do that shit in real life until recently. This some new shit. Who gives a damn? Who cares? When anybody won the damn Super Bowl, do you think the team that lost the Super Bowl, do you think the losing team, you think people went back to see how many times they deferred or took the ball at kickoff? Most of them, most of the time, took the ball at the coin toss. Most of them. It means nothing, man. You still got to go out there and you got to play, man. Fuck all that shit, man. That's the shit that don't mean that shit don't mean nothing. Nothing. B King, I ain't trying to damn, come down on you. I don't know why he don't defer. He did. He did defer last season. Last season he was deferring more. I think he deferred more than he took the ball when they won the coin toss. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But that shit don't mean nothing, bro. That shit don't matter, bro. That shit means nothing. We got Kashido up in here. He said, I ain't watched these sorry ass niggas. Wasn't finna ruin my Sunday. Go dogs. A lot of people didn't watch them, bro. A lot of people say they gonna catch them on the highlights. Gonna catch them on. A lot of people say they weren't finna deal with these Falcons, man. Will Amy up in here say time to clean house. William, you been saying that shit. You been saying that shit, man. For you, it's been past time to clean house. These niggas got bigger issues than deferring, bro. Way bigger issues. Today was the result of when you don't properly put a team together fully, this is what you get. But I'm not gonna be the person that um I'm not gonna be the person that most people are being with the want to just keep and listen, man, we do it enough, right? Y'all gonna do it in the chats. Other content creators gonna do it. They gonna do it in the media. When you turn on the radio tomorrow, they gonna be doing it on the radio. When you tune in to your favorite sports podcast or national sports podcast, whenever they talk about the Falcons, they gonna do it too. They gonna talk about how incompetent Raheem Morris is. They gonna talk about how dumb he is. He's dumb. Let's be real clear about that. Let's be clear. As a head coach, he's dumb. But guess who else is dumb? Arthur Blank is a dumb owner. Rich McKay is a dumb whatever he is. President, CEO, co-president, I don't fucking know. Beatles is not so dumb. He ain't that dumb. Beatles ain't that dumb. Yes, he is. He's fucking dumb too. And Terry Fontenot, you dumb for taking this damn job. Just to say you a general manager. Terry, you're dumb too. Yeah, I just came on, Kushito. I just came on. Terry Fontenot dumb for taking his job. He's dumb for taking it. You could have had your opportunity somewhere else with a better organization, bro. At some point, if you had to stay in New Orleans a little bit longer to be able to get another opportunity somewhere else, that's what the fuck you should have goddamn did, Terry. Because now you got fans here in Atlanta that want to put some of the blame on you for the bullshit that's going on with this team. Even though it's a lot of us out here that's going to bat for you saying that you ain't got nothing to do with the bullshit that's going on here. But you put yourself in this situation because you shouldn't have took the goddamn job. I want to know what's going on in the interview process. When people go sit down and interview with Arthur Blank and Rich McKay, I want to know what's the conversation. What? I'm very curious to know what Raheem Morris said he was going to bring to the table here in the interview, because we don't see nothing that resemble the Los Angeles Rams. We don't see nothing that resembles the Rams outside of running the pistol, which we ran entirely too goddamn much. They don't even run the pistol that much. What did Raheem say? Because he couldn't have said, I'm gonna bring a lot of what I learned from Sean McVay here to Atlanta. You saw a winning product with Sean McVay. You see a winning product with him now. I'm gonna bring that same culture here to Atlanta. I'm gonna bring a lot of what I learned from him. He couldn't have said that to Arthur because we don't see that. Is he fired yet? No latest Atlanta Falcon news. Let's see. 7 minutes ago. Seahawks Falcons, all the info and analysis you need. Officials explain why they called Darnell Mooney touchdown catch. Huh? This is interesting. Officials explain why they called off Darnell Mooney's touchdown catch. Now, this is on Atlanta. This is per Terran Watt on the a beat writer for the Atlanta Falcons on AtlantaFalcons.com. All right. It says there was one specific. What? There was one specific play during the Atlanta Falcons Week 14 loss to the Seattle Seahawks that sparked questions post-game inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. With the score tied at 3-3 and 1:11 on the clock remaining in the second quarter, the Falcons faced 3rd and 5 from the Seahawks' 25-yard line. Quarterback Kirk Cousins threw a deep ball down the sideline. Wide receiver Darnell Mooney in the left corner of the end zone. Mooney caught it, and Atlanta's offense looked for the touchdown signal. Instead, the referees called for an incomplete pass, stating Mooney had stepped out of bounds prior to catching the pass from Cousins. We ruled this is somebody from the umpiring team. We ruled that he did not reestablish himself back in bounds, that he went out on his own. Referee Alex Kemp said via pool report. He was not forced out. That begged the follow-up question as to what Mooney needed to do in order to reestablish himself. Now, first of all, that's bullshit because the defender had his arm extended. He wasn't just staying with him with his arm on his shoulder or on his arm with his hand on his arm or shoulder like they allow you to do. They will allow you to do that. But his arm was extended, meaning he's keeping him at a distance. He's making sure he can't establish anything inside of the field of play. That's being forced out, you fucking jackasses. Then he said he would have. They say that begged the follow-up question as to what Mooney needed to do in order to reestablish himself. He would have to get 2 feet down, which he did, in bounds in order to reestablish 2 feet or a body part back in bounds. That was clear. He did that. Kemp said. So there's whoever this is, last name is Kemp. Hope that ain't you, John Kemp. If we had and would have been the first to touch it, hold on. If he had and would have been the first to touch, it would have been a foul for illegal touching of a pass. The penalty enforcement for that would be the exact same as an incomplete pass. It's loss of now at the previous spot. Had we ruled what we ruled or the other way, the result of the play would have been the exact same thing. So Mooney was not going to get the touchdown either way. Kemp said Falcons head coach Raheem Morris could have thrown a challenge flag. However, Kemp noted Morris would have been challenging whether Mooney was out of bounds. Nothing else was up for debate as whether Mooney was forced out of bounds or not is not a reviewable entity. So then he couldn't have challenged it then because that's what he would have challenged. Morris said in his press conference that he wanted the play to be reviewed by the NFL Live. He was looking for some type of call on the defender rather than Mooney, either an illegal contact or defensive pass interference, for example. You see the bullshit, bro? I mean, we lost 37-9. One play probably don't make a goddamn difference. But at that point of the game, it's 3-3. We on a 2-minute drive to close out the half. We go up. If we able to go up in that, who knows what the game turns out to be like. Decisions change on playmaking, play calling decisions change. Players' mindset change. So a lot of things change depending on what happens in that game if they give us that touchdown. So who knows how the game could have went. But we started the second half with a kickoff return, that giving up a kickoff return. So who knows? Who knows? But I know that's some bullshit what I just read though. That's some flat out bullshit by the referees in this game. That's some straight up BS. How a defender with his arm extended on a receiver that far down the field is not illegal use of the hands? How? He forced him not to be able to establish any move inside of the line, inside of the field of play on the sideline. He can't do that. He can cover him as well as he can with his arm, with his hand on his body, as long as it's not extended. So how in the hell is this? This is a terrible explanation. This is the bullshit that the league, referees, or whoever, this shit they able to get away with Atlanta teams. It don't just happen to the Falcons. It happened to the Hawks too. And it happened to the Braves. It happened to them too. You don't see it happen as often with Georgia, but it happens with them too. This is what happens. This is what it happened. It happened. They do it to United. They do it to all. They do it to all our teams, but especially the Falcons. Especially the Falcons, and especially the Hawks. This is some bull. That's some bullshit. What did Raheem say? Raheem said, "My explanation was I thought. Oh no. This still Kemp, the referee. He said my explanation was I thought it should have been a call on the play. Oh no, this Morris. This Raheem Morris. This is what Raheem Morris said. My explanation was I thought it should have been a call on the play. Morris said potentially you get a call on the play." Reestablish yourself, catch the ball, and it should have been a touchdown. They explained it to me that they didn't see it that way. See that what you mean you didn't what they mean they didn't see it that way. See that's you see so that makes it sound subjective. The rule that makes the rule sound subjective. A rule ain't subjective. A rule is a rule. You can't be forced out of bounds. You can't be forced out of bounds, and then when you reestablish the field of play, you don't have to you can be the first person to touch the ball. You was forced out of bounds. You didn't go out willingly. He didn't go out willingly. Because the Falcons did not convert the third down, they opted for a 43-yard field goal. All right, so man, shout out to Terry and Watt, beat writer for the Atlanta Falcons, man. what, what y'all talking about? Well, ain't even time to clean. Did you say that again with me? Oh no. T. Terry say Seattle coach was back home. He's from Atlanta. He wasn't going to lose this game. Carl Thomas say damn right he was dumb for taking it. He was dumb for taking his job. Raheem told Mr. Blank, I will be the best chewing gum coach in the NFL. Bernard Cantrell said, with this talent, I never thought we can suck this bad. Please let these folks go. All of them can go, man. I'm gonna say what a lot of people don't want to say because we don't want to have it as an excuse. We don't. We don't. That's the same phone number. Mm. We don't want to have it as an excuse, but we just got we got too many issues. We got too many issues in the medical tent, man. Too many issues in the medical tent. You don't got your starting quarterback who you started the season with, who you prepared to start the season with. You don't have him. You don't got your number one receiver. For whatever fucking reason, the guy that was your biggest third down target last season, you parted ways with him early in the season in Ray McLeod. Darnell Mooney suffered from a collarbone issue, broken collarbone earlier this season. It's not easy coming back from that. You gotta give him some kind of grace because of that. You lost your top two right tackles before the season started. Your left your left guard, he was in and out the lineup a little bit earlier this year. He ain't completely healthy. Uh Defensively, he was out. He was without Divine Diablo for a good while. Yeah, without Billy Bowman now. You was without Mike Hughes for a little while. You was without AJ Terrell for a little while. What's up, Big Will?
What's happening?
Had a good time with your daughter for a birthday, man.
Yeah, man. Girl, growing up on me, man. Growing up on me.
Yeah, you got them grown ass. You got grown ass babies.
I ain't got that but one child, bro. To my grown ass babies.
All right, man. I'm gonna pass it over to you, man. Go ahead, man. Hey, shoot off, man.
Hey, man.
Shoot off. I got to make a phone call real quick. Shoot off.
I'm glad the part of goddamn being mad about this shit, bro. It's just like this shit. It ain't gonna change until we make a change in the culture, bro. This shit crazy. It was a terrible game. We was in it. We had a chance with the guy. We couldn't capitalize when we had a chance to score. So we got to get field goals. So we can't capitalize on the. It's been a statement of our season right now. You know what I mean? This is what our season have been. And no, we gotta bring a new coaching staff in here, bro. Cause until they do that, I'm gonna be goddamn NFL red zone in every game I see. Goddamn, I'm not finna goddamn stress myself out about this damn team. Now they gonna forever be my team, but I ain't got to stress myself out about how the fuck they playing. Like today, they suckered you in. It was 6-6. I mean, you know what I'm saying? At halftime, you thinking they got an opportunity and get blown the fuck out, 31-3 in the second fucking half. Bijan Robinson fumbling the ball and shit. And, man, I can't wait to get rid of this bullshit ass offensive coordinator. I can't wait to get rid of this motherfucker. The defense was doing what they can for a minute, but when your offense ain't producing, shit, you get wore down. After a while, you ain't gonna hold a good team like that down so long. You can only hold a good team like that down for so long to hold that offense down. And they start to find holes in the defense. We got goddamn AJ Terrell trying to punch at the ball instead of securing the tackle. Jesse Bates giving niggas shoulder taps instead of wrapping up. I mean, it just shit like that, bro. Small, simple thing that you can see that we terribly coach on. We are terribly coached on goddamn game time situation. We're terribly coached, bro. Because we made no adjustments in the second half. We made no adjustments. And it seemed like, well, as the game got on, goddamn Kirk Cousins started seeing ghosts and just started throwing their at the ball, bro. That motherfucker just started throwing their at the ball. About whatever what you got on, man.
Yo, y'all hear me?
What's going on?
Hey, man. I feel you, Will. We were driving this fucking crazy bus back when everybody was saying we were crazy for it. Look, and back to that shit that you just said about we don't make adjustments. Duh. We got fucking Raheem Morris as our head coach, bro. It's like what that nigga said on The Color Purple. Until you do right by me, everything you do gonna fail. Bro, this shit is crazy, man. We got Beavis and Butthead running our fucking team, dog. And this shit got us as the real life laughing stock of the NFL, man. This shit crazy.
But shit, that was goddamn surprised with us the first time. I was like, oh shit, the Falcons sneaking with the Seahawks. Oh, they sneaking with them and everything. Like, man, you come out with that bullshit. You come out with that bullshit in the second half like you did.
Bro, if we up 52-0 in the first half, we're gonna lose. Because we don't make second half adjustments. And it's crazy because if you're a real Falcon fan, then you know we never been able to make fucking adjustments in the second half. We're a poor second half team. It's been like that every quarterback we ever had.
I ain't gonna say that though, but we made when Shanahan was up, we made second half adjustments. I ain't gonna say we weren't able to do that. We've been able to make adjustments before. But this offense coordinator just can't do it. This motherfucker is literate.
Then when we brought him in here, I asked motherfuckers that, all right, you think he good? Show me somewhere where he did something and you was like, oh shit, that nigga there, man, his offense, he'll be able to put that shit together. Show me that anywhere in Zach Robinson's career or Raheem Morris for that matter too. Fuck it, for funsies. Throw his bum ass in there too. You ain't gonna ever be able to look in these niggas' resume or they real nigga facts and be able to be like, hey, yo, nah, that nigga Raheem, he went over there, he made them niggas beasts. Like, the same thing with this bum ass cracker Zach Robinson, man. Like, man, burn this shit down. Well, it's already burnt down, but sweep the ashes out. Fire both of these niggas, man. I've been driving this shit since before these niggas was here on the goddamn team, man. Like what he said on the one joint, man, that's y'all's motherfucking punk ass friend. They ain't got shit to do. I told one for be a fucking bum. And now it's blowing up in their face, and now they won't act like they shocked.
8 straight seasons, 8 straight goddamn losing seasons, bro.
Bruh.
That is crazy, bro. 8 straight losing seasons.
No, you know what's crazy? No, that ain't crazy, Will. Cause what the fuck do you expect when you bring in a nigga who you throwed away?
Yeah, they fucked up with this Roman rule high right here. They fucked up with it.
Man, they fucked up when they brought Raheem, when they said, when the motherfucker in the office said, hey, yo, man, you know who we should bring in here? Raheem Morris. That's when they fucked up right there. When they was like, yo, you know who we should bring in here? Raheem Morris. That's exactly when they fucked up.
Your boy from Seattle.
It was at this point where he knew he fucked up.
Like y'all interviewed me and then he hired me, so I'm gonna make this goddamn sample out y'all motherfucking ass.
I'm starting to think the nigga Arthur Blank is like how Joe Biden was, just on autopilot in that motherfucker. Cause man, this shit look crazy, dog. Like, Like, how can
You
you
remember a comedy
explain this?
show. A
You can't
comedy
explain it,
show.
bro. It's unexplainable.
Like,
That's why he should not be here next year. Ain't no way
how
you
can
can
you point?
bring that man back next year.
How can you point to this at the end of the season and tell your ticket holders, like, yeah, man, we try and win. Like, we try and be competitive. Bro, we sad ass Carolina Panthers with a fucking midget as they starting quarterback, bro. Let
Can y'all
that
hear me?
stupid ass shit sink in. And when
Can y'all
it
hear
do,
me?
I hope it make you as fucking mad as it make me. Cause I'm fucking furious. We got a nigga that's shorter than my mama playing fucking quarterback in our division and beating shit out of us. This nigga
Hey,
like
about whatever.
fucking 4-11, and only wins he got came against us.
About whatever.
What's good?
Okay, I want to make sure y'all hear me. Oh, I was just saying, this ain't nothing but a comedy show to be watching. It's nothing but a comedy show because Raheem ain't trying to do nothing. He just wanted to
Man,
check and brag to his little white rich friends. They
man.
he can smile and kiss ass to.
Bro, who the fuck is laughing at this? It ain't shit funny about this.
I'm saying
Anytime
Raheem the
you
joke.
lose to the Carolina Panthers, Miami Dolphins, fucking, yo, bro, the Jets in the same damn year, you're a horrible fucking franchise, my nigga. And you got to justify that.
You got a clown as a coach. That
Well,
was funny about
duh,
it.
we throwed his ass away the first time and brought him back. I'm still waiting on justification for why the fuck we brought him back. We throwed him away first.
I have to feel sorry for him. Like, poor Raheem, let him get one more year. Come on, poor
Let's back
Raheem.
over for the shit area, bro.
Is that Will?
But yeah,
I need Will.
that shit crazy.
I need Will to drive the truck over to also Brent House and have a one-on-one talk with him. See how you feel, if I go out there, he ain't gonna like me. I might get arrested. I'll say some encouraging words. Where Blakberry go?
Blakberry, you back on your brother?
I don't hear him.
Man, he still ain't on.
Man, he's coaching from the
He probably
Mercedes-Benz
talking all the way.
Yeah, I'm
today.
here, man. My wife got me running for her.
No. I
Yeah,
was like you talking all the way.
my serve is a little choppy right now. I don't know if I'm coming through like a robot or not.
You coming through, but you just coming through chopping. I don't know how I'm coming through me because I done had to step out here real quick. But
Blakberry, you
look,
sound
man.
good.
Look,
Go ahead.
uh,
I said you sound good, but Will sound choppy.
oh, okay. Yeah, we know why
Now,
Will sound choppy because he refused to invest in another blue parrot. I don't know why that. Just go get you another blue parrot, man.
Nah, it's the area, bro.
Every
You got that bone up.
every trucker should have a blue parrot. Every last one of us. But while I'm talking, I need to go get another one too. Because the one I had for like 12 years, it finally died out on me.
yeah, and you get a blue goose. I mean a
But what you
parrot.
were saying, Deshaun?
I was saying,
What'd you say?
I I was saying that I finished talking to Arthur Blank while he was off the phone. I mean off the scene. Huh?
You saying what now?
I said, are you done talking to Arthur Blank?
Hell no. He the one need to hear this shit more than anybody.
No, I mean,
Bro, he
I said,
you
when you
saying
just on
my
the phone
dog
with him?
talking to him?
Yeah, when you just on the phone with him?
Oh shit. Shit, no, he don't even call. He had a receptionist call. He had a secretary call. He don't even make the call.
But
Man,
tell
send
him,
me that number. I
Secretary
got
do
some
all the
smoke
call.
for his ass.
well, somebody need to talk to him. I told Will to go out there, but Will like he in the booms out there, man. He too busy. Cause I go out there, I'm gonna get cussed out.
If
He
I
ain't
go
going to
Man,
out,
jail.
I go out there, I'm gonna need a
if I
gun.
nah,
I'm grab his ass
if I
by
go
his
out there,
collar.
they gonna ban me
Fuck
from
you
all
wrong
Atlanta
with
Falcons
you? Explain this.
properties and events.
I be right
I
behind
won't be
you.
allowed. I won't be allowed anywhere near it. If I go
Hey,
out there,
What's up,
Deshaun,
man?
your mic
Yeah.
fucked up, bro. That shit
How about now?
say so.
now Deshaun,
How about now?
you always sound like you fighting with a bubble. You always sound like you fighting with some bubbles in your mouth. You always sound like that. But
Suds,
the
I'm
thing
doing
is, man, oh man, pause on that, Ocho. Pause on that. we go we we go we gonna try to pretend like he ain't just said that one, boy.
Oh man.
What Arthur need to hear is, bro. Arthur need to hear that you don't got all the answers, Arthur. The way
no.
your approach to the issues that the Falcons have had, you have not had any of the answers to. You haven't.
He was
Hey,
at the game
I
You
give
too.
you
gotta
one
let.
better.
I said,
If it was Wheel of Fortune, that motherfucker can't buy a clue.
you
He
can't
was at
buy.
the
You
game
couldn't.
too.
You couldn't buy a vowel to learn the answer. I know he was at
I
the game.
want to
Yeah, he should have been at the game. It's his team. He ought to be there. He ought to be there to witness all this buffoonery. He need to be
Bro,
there for it.
them motherfuckers
come on
kicked a
too.
field goal, and I seen so many empty seats on the damn TV. I was like,
Oh
whoa,
yeah,
Well, I'm coming
that's
there
they
for
cool.
ain't gonna
Bro,
understand
it
till
looked
they ass in their pocket.
like a Druid Hill St. Pius football game. That's what it looked like.
Damn,
That's what it looked like.
damn.
Hey,
That's
man,
nice.
That's
that's
what
some
it looked
cold
like, bro.
shit. Could nobody go watch the motherfuckers at all? And it been like this since I was a kid. I could just imagine how it is now. Like nobody went to see Troy Hill.
Don't nobody go watch them motherfuckers, bro. Don't nobody go watch Druid Hill play, bro.
I
The,
don't
the,
think their
the, the last
parents
time
told them
somebody went and
fucking
watched
games.
Druid
It'd
Hill,
be like,
my sister was a senior. Yeah,
Damn.
like this,
It's like the West End Mall.
they need to hear that shit, bro. Right, that
hey,
shit went
nah, the
straight
West
to
End
hell,
Mall used
for
to
real.
Like the West End Mall. I like Dan Cameron on that motherfucker. Like clear, nobody here. And
That
can
shit
you ask
went straight to hell.
can you answer the question? Why did Raheem on the sideline when Kirk what Kirk do when Kirk ran a little bit, Raheem looked at him like he was excited. I said all the game you gonna be excited because Kirk ran a little bit.
Yeah.
He probably been, to me if I was the coach, man, I would be angry because we kicked 3 field goals and got swamped. He didn't say shit. He just stood there, watched the clock, count his money, And that's it.
Hey
The
yo,
OG
and
was
then
like
y'all
that.
remember the cartoon Two Stupid Dogs back in the day?
Oh, hell yeah. I can't find my bone. Where my
That
bone?
Raheem and Zach, yo.
Ain't you
That's
my bone?
That
Raheem
was
and Zach, yo. Look,
y'all
Well,
niggas
we
stupid.
got the two
Man,
look, bro. We got the
Fox
two
and CBS
stupid dogs,
don't
bro.
don't do us
We,
any service at all, man. Because I'm telling y'all, from a season ticket holder, if y'all see what I be seeing from my seats, but them folk quit on Raheem. They quit dealing with that man. I want to say around the
Second
Carolina
uh,
quarter.
game.
I'm gonna tell y'all
Second.
when. It was it was a home game too. When we saw it right live on TV, they had gave up on them folk right there. Oh, the game Pennis got hurt. The Carolina game. He lost his locker room, y'all, because the Fox and the CBS camera don't show what you can see live. When these guys, position coaches, are going to them after these drives, they pushing the tablet away. They have checked out. These boys already making their reservations to Ponte Vedra, to Cabo, Mexico. They have checked out. And the problem is it all starts up front without the blank, man. You got to get some football minds and some people that really know the game, that where this coaching job means something. Because I was pounding the fist for the coach we just lost to today, and Mike McDonald. And the reason why is he's Georgia born, he's Georgia raised. Him getting this job would have meant something to him. We keep getting these dudes that want to come to Atlanta just because Atlanta is the it city to be in.
Yeah.
And we ain't got nobody where this shit means something to them. And that's the problem right there. Because it means something to us as the fans and to y'all as content creators. Like, I hear people all the time say, well, this what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted a black coach. I didn't sign up for that. I just want to win. I don't give a fuck who it is and what his color is. We deserve that in the
Yeah.
and y'all
But
got
I,
to think about
I
it.
don't
This is
give
a
a fuck if it's the spaceman from the moon, dog. Win.
and you
Just
know
like
what?
you said,
win, dog. I don't
I'm
give a
gonna tell you.
fuck if it's a girl. If the bitch can coach, give her a whistle.
give her a whistle, give her a chance.
Like,
Because
And,
I don't give a
and,
fuck,
you know
bro.
what?
I just want to win, yeah. And
And you
we
know what?
keep
I'm
these
getting tired of
two
these.
stupid
I'm getting tired of
dog ass
reporters.
niggas like this nut.
right.
I'm getting tired of reporters talking about, well, everybody in the locker room seem like they happy and everything. They gonna lie to your ass. They gonna tell the truth.
Like I had to tell my son. I had to tell my son, look, me and the rest of the world, we got to go back and face reality. They got a cook at the house making lamb chops and asparagus, and a masseuse gonna rub their back. That's gonna make them forget about this 37-9 victory. It resonates with us, but to them, I ain't saying everybody in the locker room don't care, but you got a small percentage. They gonna get in their Bentley and ride off with this video vixen. And then it's gonna be the next thing, next Sunday, and the Sunday after that, and the Sunday after that. Some of these players don't care. They got their money. Because you got to think, it's just like the NIL. A lot of these kids come into these schools, they don't give a damn about going pro. They're like, if I make my $1 million, $2 million, and I don't get drafted, cool. I have made enough money to where my family's straight. So that same attitude follows over into the NFL. But more importantly, Blank got to get a coach that these guys would want to play for. And the past two coaching cycles, whether it was Arthur Smith and now with Raheem Morris, he has failed to deliver that to the city. So this falls on him. What we going through now, and don't get me wrong, Blank care. I'm not saying he's a bad owner. He just got the wrong people in position that are making these hirings, and that's what's hurting.
I
The,
just and
the
then
reality is Arthur Blank is a good person from the outside looking in. From the outside looking in, he looked like a stand-up guy. And he
Right.
looked like he got a good heart. And clearly he know what he's doing when it comes to business, because he wouldn't be a billionaire if he didn't.
Right.
The reality is all of that shit don't mean a goddamn thing when it comes to knowing how to win championships.
Exactly.
And
Man,
it don't mean nothing.
it don't.
And so
It don't.
when I say Raheem is dumb, I point out things that Raheem dumb for. When I
Right.
say Zach Robinson is dumb, I point out things that he's dumb for.
Yeah.
Arthur Blank is dumb when it comes to hiring the right people to win championships. He's dumb,
Yeah.
and
Very dumb.
it's not it's not because he don't know football. See, that's why I want people to kind of like try not to correlate him not knowing football with him not being able to with him being dumb when it comes to making the right hire. David Temple is a dumbass in Carolina. David Temple is a
No, you
legit
right.
dumbass billionaire. He's dumb, like for real dumb. He's a billionaire just by he the luckiest some bitch in the world. David Temple is. He's just a lucky some of bitch. But Arthur Blank is a very intelligent businessman. But when it comes to this football, he's dumb.
Right.
So we gotta. That's just the reality. So when I say Arthur Blank, stop being dumb. Stop doing dumb things. First of all, this should not be structured like a democracy in Atlanta.
Right.
Why do we get that democracy feel? Like all these people got a say so in what happened with this team. This should be a dictatorship. This should not be a damn democracy.
I agree.
Yeah, I give you a prime example.
It should be one person calling the damn shots around this motherfucker.
But that's what you get when you give participation trophies, when you start delegating. You give niggas DEI hires and shit. Raheem Morris. Excuse me, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I got an
You
example.
just give niggas shit.
Like I told my ex-girlfriend today.
And not just the work he put in.
Like I told my ex-girlfriend today. I realized most of my life I dated the wrong damn women. And I didn't know how to pick the right woman. But now I know what I want. I know it will be a fit for me. I think I can really, really know who I really want in my life. Like Arthur. All his life in the football, he don't hire the wrong motherfucker.
And I ain't
But
gonna
one
lie to
day,
y'all. I really think, not to cut you off, OG. I honestly think once his son takes over, it's gonna be a different mindset because he's younger and he probably got a little bit more of a pulse to the city and to the
right.
fans trying to do, because people got to remember his son was real integral in two things now: the draft of the Penix and going out here getting these SEC pass rushers. He was big on that because from what I was told, his son, the guy we got from the Bears, I can't think his name. It's Kyle something, but he like the second in command under
Ryan Pace.
Ryan Pace. They go out and they hands on. Cause like I didn't go to the SEC championship game, but my buddy was there. But he said Dimitrov, but he said Fontenot and Blank Son was on the Georgia sideline, not like on the sideline, but y'all know, like right there by the tunnel, like kind of in that area, just at the game, So I think that's what it is. I think he just, and to go back to what Blakberry said, he's running this like a corporation when we should be a football team that just happens to make money off of it, if that makes sense. That's the issue. He running this like this Home Depot. And don't get me wrong, that's cool. You can do that. You can run certain parts of the football team like that. But what goes on the field and in that locker room, you can't run.
Yeah, so he need the team to run himself without how you say guidance, and it don't work that way. You don't got the correct guidance. The team gonna feel like it is now. So
Right.
so you just can't put a team out there and put a coach. Okay, he a coach. He say he a coach. All right, go out there. What experience you got?
It was just like Arthur Blank stated in his press conference before the season started. Rich McKay is going to be more on the Atlanta United side of the ball because I got more experience with Terry and Raheem. So maybe our next coach, he going to give complete control to Terry and Raheem because of the experience.
And y'all know the funny thing about it? If Pittsburgh don't turn their season around, which looked like they did that today, I think we probably played against our future head coach today. I really do. I think Kubiak probably going to be the one they go get if a more experienced, better head coach don't come about. Because let's be real, experienced, good head coaches, they don't come available a lot. Usually they have
Exactly.
to retire or when they get fired. That just happen because you know
Or
how
they mutually part ways, like how they say
right,
Shanahan and the 49ers
right,
might mutually part ways.
exactly. Because I used to be one of these dudes like, hey man, I want to experience coach, but let's be real. I remember because I'm 45 years old. I remember when Andy Reid and John Gruden and all them was on Mike Holmgren squad in
In
Green Bay. I
Green
remember
Bay.
that and Ray Rose, all these dudes. I remember when they were assistants. So they had to start off on the ground too. But the difference with them is they had play calling experience before they left and they went to their respective teams. Because let's be real, the trend in the late 90s was the head coach was the GM. Holmgren was the
Hmm.
GM, went to Seattle. Dan Reeves was the GM here, and that don't work out. You can't be the masters of two worlds. It's hard to do. That's why when Belichick wanted to come here and he wanted to be the GM, that's what took him off their radar. Because let's be real, when Pioli and all them dudes start leaving New England, you start seeing that draft class was ass when it was just Belichick picking them groceries. He was buying a bunch of little Debbie's and cooking oil, but nothing else. You can't survive off that. You got to have some meat and potatoes in the house, and that was my issue. Here, like I don't want to see Fontenot get fired. He hiring good people, but I think it's gonna be a default fire. And another crazy thing I've been hearing people say is, well, blow it all up. Yeah, don't blow it all up because you got to have a selling point for this new coach or this new GM to come here. You know, if you got Drake and you got Bijan and you got Pierce, you got Walker, you got Bates, you got AJ Terrell, you got a couple of players still on the contract that a new coach would want to come here and coach, but you trade everything off, that's gonna be a shit job. And don't nobody want to leave a good shit situation for a shitty one. You ain't finna leave your girl you with now and you go to the next chick house, there's rats and roaches and holes in the wall. You're just not doing that. You're not trying
Come
to
on
come
now.
into a house that you gotta build from the ground up. So I had to tell a dude who sent it to me today, like, hey man, I know you mad, I know you upset. I said, but let's be real. If you trade away all these assets and everybody crying about that first round pick, dude, this draft coming up ain't a good one. GMs and scouts, y'all know they scout 2 years prior for every draft. So what I mean is last year's draft, when that draft was over, they was already working on 2026. So they know who coming out, who they got an eye on. They knew it wasn't a pass rusher or a lot of great defenders in this draft anyway. Now your next draft, 2027, that's gonna have a kid from Ohio State, Ryan Williams. Like that's gonna be one of those generational type drafts. So I wasn't tripping when he traded the pick to get Pierce. I mean, you can look at the production that Pierce has gave us. It was worth the pick if you ask me. I hate that we losing, and the Rams probably gonna get them a quarterback out the move. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm not really tripping, man. We just need to get us a leader of men in here, and I think once we get that, we'll see a difference on the field because players like to believe in their culture. You look at Kirby Smart, and then you look at Raheem Morris. The difference between them is Kirby is a leader of men. Raheem just a homeboy, and that's the reason that we going through this losing streak that we going through.
But yeah, man, it's just like I had said in my bring it to the pitch against ATL 251. If we let Terry Fontenot go, we gonna regret it. If we let Terry Fontenot go, we gonna regret it because when we really look at it, the wins and losses come down to the head coach. When we
Right,
really look at this roster, everybody said just looking at this roster, we all are a playoff team. So how can we sit here and say Terry ain't done his job?
right. Oh yeah, he did. He's done his job, and let's be
Everybody,
honest
it
here.
just like the Kirk Cousins contract. If Kirk Cousins then put himself above the team and say that him going on IR was a mistake, we would have never seen Michael Penix. We'll be seeing him next year. Even if we let Kirk Cousins go this year, that's 26 million or 36 million cut in half over
Right,
the next 2 seasons. So
that's
where
money.
is the discrepancy? People like to say, well, the Kirk Cousins contract is a mishap. It's holding us back. How? He got paid starting quarterback money and still wasn't even in the top 10 for
Right,
starting quarterbacks.
and then another thing. It's funny you brought that up too, bro. I told people all the time. I don't think this is just my opinion. This ain't in that somebody told me. This is just my observation. I don't think this receiving core or this offense was built for Penix. It was all for Kirk Cousins. They signed Mooney. They signed Ray McLeod. And
Charlie
then
Warner.
Charlie Warner, all that was for Kirk. Because think about it, people always like, well, why the offense different when Kirk get in? Because this his offense. You bring in an inexperienced play caller with a veteran quarterback because that vet can go to the line and change plays and tell him this and tell him that. But if the plan was to go with Penix from day one, I think they would have brought in a more experienced play caller. I
We
think
would have
that
took
initial
Mike LaFleur instead of Zach Robertson.
right. You're right, exactly. So I think their plan was, look, we want Penix to sit and learn for a year or two, see how far we can get with Kurt. And then once Kurt get old or all his guarantee money up, which is a guarantee, all his guarantee money is up this year, by the way. That's why we're gonna have so
Yep.
much break on the
Yep.
books next. I'm thinking that was the plan from the get go. But instead of saying that and keeping it a beam with the coaches, well, not the coaches, but with the fan club, you want to kick it like, oh well, we drafted Penix to be the next guy, and there's no doubt that y'all did that. But when Kirk got hurt last year, the cat was out of the bag then, and that's why this year you can tell. I know Mooney got hurt in training camp and all that, but it didn't look like to me that they spent any time in the offseason. Because I want to piggyback what Roddy White said, and I'm not pointing a finger at Penix. But what Penix got to learn is you have to sometimes, to quote Allen Iverson, you have to overcome coaching, meaning you got to get out there as the player. And he got to do what Matt and Rowdy and Julio and Tony did. He should have got with Bijan and Drake and everybody else said, look, man, we're going to go somewhere. I'm going to pay for it. We're going to go out here to Florida, wherever it is. We're going to learn each other. We're going to get film from the NFL because you can call the league and say, hey, can I get or your team and say, "Hey, can I get film from all my opponents this year?" They give you that. That's your job. So, a lot of it falls on coaching, but we got to get it to the point where these players want to be great too. And I think the only reason why they're not focusing on being great because they don't believe in the coach. Man. You get somebody like Kubiak in here, somebody who innovative, who know what he's doing, who's a step ahead of the opposition. You know, all that'll change. All that to change because that was the difference with Shanahan with him, man. Like Shanahan was a step ahead of the defense, you know, far and in between. And I think the mistake we let, man, we should have kept Ford in house back then. But that's blank with that nice guy quarter shit that Blackberry talking about. Some of these coaches, you
Yeah.
gotta block that shit. Like, nah, you
Man,
ain't going nowhere.
Arthur
It's
Blank was
blank. He can
supposed to
write a
force
check to look.
Shanahan hand. When Shanahan blocked all of the offensive coaches
It'll
outside of
help Bill.
Raheem to not get a job in Atlanta, Arthur Blank's supposed to make one of them right there, assistant head coach. You can bypass whatever
Yep.
Shanahan got to say. If you make one of them an assistant head coach, I bet they gonna stay. But
Yeah, they're
Arthur
gonna
Blank
stay.
being Mr. Nice Guy, and he gonna take the leftover. So in 2016, 17, we were stuck with Raheem, and everybody else left on offense.
Everybody else left. And
That,
then
that
McKay was getting
that's
his
a
boy
great
Dirk
point.
Cutter. And that's how y'all know McKay in it. Because look at all these coordinators we didn't had over the years. All of them got some type of tie to Tampa or people that he's been around. And the culprit is him because it's mighty funny that all these other organizations, you take for instance Philadelphia, when I can't think of their owner name, Howie something. When he fired that front office, I want to say it was like after they got rid of that coach in 2016 or 17. When they won that Super Bowl. They beat New England. When they got rid of that staff and they brought in Sirianni, a lot of them coaches had never coached together. They just handpicked guys from different organizations and made it work. I ain't hear him in his preference say, well, I work with this guy in this place and I work with this guy. It's cool to have your buddies around you, but we all know you got too many of your friends around and business get too fun, business not getting done. That's just what it is,
You
So
know, today we can't we can't properly analyze today's game
mhm.
because of the. This is why I said this. A game like today happens when you don't properly put a team together. A game like today happens because look at everything that happened. Look at everything before going into this game. You don't have your starting quarterback. You
Nope,
don't have your number one receiver. You
nope,
parted ways with your best third down option that you had last year. You parted
yeah.
ways with him at the beginning of the season. You
hmm
part your two right tackles. Your two right tackles got hurt before the season started.
hmm
You done had your number 2 receiver he was banged up early in the season, had a fractured collarbone. You got to give him some grace for that.
Right.
Defensively, you got injuries. You done had injuries all season long on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And we can't properly analyze today's loss because it was inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
It was inevitable because you didn't put the team together properly in the first place.
Agreed.
The structure.
Agreed.
That's why you can't properly analyze.
And they go back to the Mooney
Hey,
injury.
Blakberry, let me give you some pushback on that though, bro. And this is why I call BS on the exact part where you can't this team properly, evaluate this team properly this week. And that part is bullshit for this reason here. Because it's been this way since this guy walked in the building. That's like having a motherfucker, right?
But that ain't true neither. That's bullshit.
No,
That's not true.
No. It is. Because every year we had Raheem,
How did it mess you up?
at the top, and then we fell off the fucking cliff. Like, and it's the same problems.
You dating back to when you dating back to his Dan Quinn time?
I'm dating his career overall in the Atlanta Falcons building.
Okay, see, that's not true though. What you saying?
How?
The 2006 do nobody remember the 2016 season, the Super Bowl season? We had to win the last after the bye week. We had to win the remaining of those games to win the division. Do people not remember that? We was like a game above 500. But people don't remember that. We didn't start off hot that season. We was okay. We was teetering, and then after the bye week, something clicked, and we went on. We just went on a tear. We went on a run, and then and not only that, last season we was 6-3 before Kirk Cousins got his block knocked off, and it didn't look like it was fugazi neither. It didn't look like it was by chance. We was actually controlling games and winning football games in that 6-3. We had some comeback wins on primetime TV, and we had some controlled wins on primetime TV.
And some blowouts.
And some blowouts. That's right. So
call it what you want, but that shit was fugazi.
So what you saying not true. What I just explained to you was, when I said this was inevitable, a game like today was inevitable. The team structure ain't right because of Arthur Blank. It's simple as that. If we had all our bells and whistles in a game like today, we still would have lost this game probably.
And that's poor coaching.
Probably would have lost this game.
Listen,
but that's why
my point. That's poor coaching, bro.
But that's why I said we can't properly evaluate a game like this one, because look at all we was missing, but ain't nobody using that as a reason why we lost. Because it doesn't matter. It don't matter that we was missing all these important pieces to our team. It don't matter, because even with the team that's structured properly, you had opportunities to win this game, to be in this game. I'm gonna say to win it, but to be in this game the same way you had opportunities to win games when you did have your number one receiver and your starting quarterback and your starting right tackle and your rising star rookie Billy Bowman Jr.
And in all those games, you had one factor that sunk the ship every fucking time. Anybody want to help me out with the name who I'm thinking of? Raheem fucking Morris.
But that's why we saying the same thing, because that's why I said this was inevitable because of the structure of the team. That's what I said. That's what we saying the same thing. That's why I said we can't properly analyze today, because if this was a team that was coached by somebody that we actually believe in, everybody would be pointing out no Drake London. Everybody would be pointing that out. Everybody would be pointing out
if it was somebody who
your
we
starting
believed
quarterback
in,
didn't
we
play,
wouldn't
not
have got
playing.
fucking blew out.
No, but who
At
we
home.
got as a
That
coach
shit
don't got nothing to do with injuries though. Who we got as a coach ain't got nothing to do with injuries. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's that's been glossed over so much that you got a lot of missing pieces to this team that's important to this team. A lot of missing pieces. And nobody's pointing it out because it don't matter. Because we was losing when we had them.
And that's another reason why Raheem got to go, because you knew that Mooney been hurt since training camp, and you told your GM, you know what, we're just gonna ride it out. You did nothing to help the wide receiver room. Then you got in your feelings. So guess what? You gonna fire Hear and Ray.
Yeah,
Still knowing,
you hurt the receiving room.
Still in knowing that your wide receiver room is already down one person without Mooney. So now you get rid of Ray, and instead of going to go get or bringing up the talent we got, you choose blocking over catches and receiving yards. You emphasize blocking more than individual stats. You emphasize Bijan and Tyler Algier getting off instead of our wide receiver room growing. So that was why you brought up David Seals and Drummond instead of Chris Blair and Nick Nash.
Now, see, I surely believe Chris Blair would be much more productive right now in this offense.
Facts. Him and Nick Nash would be more productive. David Seals and Dylan Drummond are not worried about production. They're only worried about doing what they're told. So if they meant to go out there and block for Bijan, they gonna go out there and block for Bijan.
Man, y'all setting the standard too high, man. 2 crackheads could go and fucking get this shit done, man.
But if they on the practice squad and the head coach don't bring them up, and then what?
That's too high.
Did that still go back to the head coach of not bringing up the talent and going and relying on?
That's my whole point. As long as this bubblegum chewing ass idiots in the fucking building, we not gonna win shit. We ain't gonna even be in contention to win shit. Cause he's a fucking idiot, yeah. He got to go. And Arthur Blank trying to have a pissing contest, which he can't win.
Just like A1 ATL 251 just said in the chat. Who responsibility is to bring in the players? It's Terry's responsibility to bring in the players, but it's the head coach's responsibility to put them on the field. Terry can't override the head coach and say, Raheem, play this person and play that person. All Terry can do is bring the players in.
I used to blame Terry. I still do to a degree. But that's neither here nor there. That ain't relevant to this. But, man, these motherfuckers, man, Raheem got to go. He supposed to have been gone months ago. I don't know how the fuck. Like, I don't know why they ain't canceled his visa yet. This nigga still here. Like, he got to go.
There's a comment right here. I might say, what did he say? He say Raheem care more about relationships than winning football games. He probably don't want to bring in new players so they don't replace his friends. He didn't want Penix coming in for Kirk. Listen, y'all, when you put a plan together, and I'm not saying this to defend Raheem. I'm saying this because I want us to understand the difference between having takes based off of how we feel about somebody and rather than having to take and knowing how to have the take for more so about their job and not what you think. It's Raheem. Everything Raheem Morris job is to do, he's failing at.
Duh.
He's
Right.
failing at it.
It's just like the whole Michael Penix shit. That was the one time that Raheem Morris said, you know what? I'm going to listen to the fans. Don't none of the fans want Kirk Cousins to play, so I'm going to go ahead and put Michael Penix in anyway. I don't care if he ready or not. Instead of allowing Kirk Cousins to come in. Soon as he did that, what happened? He got the respect of the fan base just for a little bit because he said, you know what? I'm finna go with the young gun instead of sticking to his fucking plan. Let Michael Penix sit for 2 years. Kirk Cousins, this is your team to win or lose, take it to the playoffs or not.
Now, see, that's an unpopular opinion, but what Georgia Texas boy just did was give you a job analysis. That's what he just did. He didn't all this. He didn't want Penix to come in for Kirk and all that. If he didn't want Penix to come in to Kirk, it's because there was a plan, a contention plan for Michael Penix to come in for Kirk. If the contention plan has not been sought out, then it wasn't. Then maybe he didn't want him to come in, but not because he don't like Michael Penix or because Kirk Cousins is his buddy. There was a contention plan.
Right. We were only thinking about the playoffs. The whole point of bringing in Kirk Cousins, just like everybody say, we had too much talent on the offensive side of the ball. So they went and got a veteran quarterback to deal with these young players on the offensive side of the ball. Soon as we got Kirk Cousins with the talent we had on offense, everybody was thinking playoffs. We came out this bitch 6-3. We came out this bitch 6-3 until, like I said last week, Kirk Cousins put himself and Netflix over the team. All you had to do was sit 2 to 3 weeks to heal up your shoulder or whatnot and come back in week 14 and ride us off into the fucking playoffs.
Nah, see, look, I got some pushback right there because, see, I'm one of them niggas, bro. From the moment that it got leaked to the press that we was bringing in Marcus Mariota, Kirk Cousins, and a bunch of other motherfuckers throughout Atlanta Falcon history, I was saying we are going to suck. I got into a debate with niggas about this very same thing. Kirk Cousins was trash. And to prove my point, I will point to November, my birthday month, where the nigga went the whole fucking month 11-2 or some shit. 2 touchdowns and 11 fucking picks. And 2 or 3 fumbles or some dumbass shit. I knew he was gonna fall off the fucking cliff. Even when motherfuckers was running around nut hugging on that man nuts, talking about we 6-3 and we beat Carolina twice and the New Orleans Saints, who we supposed to beat. You don't get no fucking congratulations for beating up fucking trash cans, bro. That's why it stings this year that we actually lost to fucking Miami, Carolina, the Jets. Man, bro, like, stop this. Like, Kirk Cousins was never that guy, like, ever in this fucking career. He is a victim of circumstance. If you put out 100 million quarterbacks like that, they would all get treated the same way. Nobody would be looking to make him the starter at no fucking 30 plus, and Netflix ain't had shit to do with it. He was gonna fall off the fucking cliff regardless.
So did he fall off prior or after the injury? Did he fall off prior or after the injury?
I don't give a fuck when he fell off.
Exactly. Exactly. Because if Kirk Cousins don't get injured, we don't know what the hell would have happened.
If my mama don't fuck my dad, then I'm not here.
Boy, come on.
I don't care what don't happen. Nigga, I care what happened. You talking about some fantasy shit, some
just like the same way you talking hindsight after you already seen the outcome. You're only talking because you already seen the outcome. We're talking about prior to the injury, prior to Kirk Cousins saying that him going on IR was a mistake.
prior to the injury, I knew he wasn't that guy. Sorry if you got tricked.
What we asking you is, because I'm wondering this too about whatever. Did you see what Kirk Cousins was doing before that second Saints game?
Yeah.
Was that not productive quarterback play?
Now go ahead and lie.
It was it was
Right.
pedestrian
You
quarterback
see how
play.
he was finna switch it up real quick.
It
He's finna lie. He was finna sit right there and lie right then and there, knowing damn well Kirk Cousins just dropped 500. Just knowing right there when Kirk Cousins just dropped 500 yards on Tampa Bay. Would you finna say,
listen, that's pedestrian, bro. If you play in the fucking NFL,
500 yards in one game.
Who else dropping 500 yards on Tampa Bay?
Man, listen,
who else dropping 500 yards on Tampa Bay?
Is you gonna let me answer the question now?
Who else dropping 500 yards? Period.
Is you gonna let me answer the question? Yes or no?
Go ahead.
Any fucking NFL quarterback. Nigga,
so who don't drop 500 yards on Tampa Bay since Kirk Cousins done did it? Who done drop 500 yards on Tampa Bay since Kirk Cousins did it?
Answer, my nigga. You play in the fucking professional, emphasis on the professional part, football league. You better be able to fucking throw the fucking ball and put up yards. That's kind of like your fucking job. Like
once again, since it's so easy, who done put up 500 yards since Kirk Cousins in one game? Since it's so easy to be a professional NFL quarterback, since you're a professional, who done drop 500 yards in one game since Kirk Cousins did it last year?
I ain't say I was no professional.
You just said that. You just said being a professional, they supposed to do it. That's exactly what came out of your mouth.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you just said.
Be able to do it, nigga. You are in the NFL for a reason.
How many quarterbacks have dropped 500 yards?
I'll wait.
Forget about since Kirk Cousins did. How many of them done did it in the last 5 years?
Look it up.
Right. But it's so easy though because they're a professional quarterback that they supposed to do it. Right.
Nigga, if you play in the NFL, if you got a penis in your pants, you supposed to be able to beat the pussy up.
You do
now
know
you sitting here
he
telling
got
me
the record for most amount of passing yards in a single game for an Atlanta Falcon. You do know that, right?
Now you sitting here making an excuse for not being able to beat the pussy up. I'm telling you, nigga, as long as you got penis in your pants, you supposed to be able to beat the pussy up. And you sitting here talking about making an excuse as to why you can't get it done with the penis in your pants.
You got to
make that shit make sense.
You got to cut that shit out. You got to stop.
No, for real. Like
500 yards.
This is the easiest I can make it, bro. Like to where any nigga with a brain in his head can be like, you can't dispute it. I gotta damn near put you in the corner. Like now you telling me why you can't get it done. I'm telling you, nigga, you play in the NFL, Professional Football League. You better be able to have the fucking talent to get this done.
You want to know what AI? You want to know what AI say? When I asked them how many quarterbacks have thrown for over 500 yards, I didn't even put no time, no window on it. It says as of late 2024, early 2025, around 22 different quarterbacks. 22 different quarterbacks have thrown for 500 plus yards in a single NFL game, a rare feat known as joining the 500 club. So do you think that sounds like something that everybody's just capable of doing?
Nigga, if you play in the NFL, you better be capable of doing
this shit right there.
If not, then why the fuck are you?
It's right there.
The facts in the entirety of the NFL, 22 players, the only ones who did it. But you're supposed to do it in the NFL.
Is it one player that did it? Is it one or is it more than one? Because I swear Kirk Cousins ain't on that list by itself.
Bruh.
That was my whole point. But about whatever. That was my whole point. That was my whole point. You said out of your own mouth that since they're professional, bruh, listen. You came out of your own mouth and said since they're a professional quarterback, they supposed to doing it.
Is Kirk Cousins on there by himself?
No. But that goes to my point.
That
goes to my point. That goes to my point.
He's one up to 22.
That proves my point, my nigga.
Bro,
did those other players that
you literally just sat here and said because they in the NFL they supposed to do it.
Throw for 500.
So now you changing your point. Now you changing your whole argument because that's not what we're arguing on.
Did they play in the NFL too, my nigga?
That right there was not your argument.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Did they play in the NFL too? The other players who threw for 500, Joe Burrow, Big Ben, Matt Ryan, did they all play in the NFL too, my nigga?
Yes
or no?
They did.
Okay,
yes, they did. But that wasn't your argument. That right there was not your argument.
Your argument is that every one of them, every quarterback in the NFL is capable of throwing for 500 yards.
Thank you. That's exactly what he said, and now he trying to move the goalpost. That's exactly what he said.
No fucking goalpost, nigga.
That's what you said, bro.
I just walked you into my point. How can you misconstrue my point when I just baby step?
Ain't nothing misconstrued about it. That's what you saying.
Man, that was just like last week when we was talking about the offensive coordinators and we want to start talking about the defense of 2016. Moving the goalposts, changing his point.
Just walked
2 weeks in a row, changing his point.
Bro.
Jordan Texas boy asked you who did it since Kirk Cousins. You want to know what the answer to that is? Nobody.
How can you misconstrue what I'm saying? And I walked you directly to exactly what I'm saying.
Jordan Texas boy asked you who did it since Kirk Cousins. The answer to that one is nobody. He's the last one. He's the last quarterback to throw for 500 yards in a single game. And I asked you prior to the second Saints game last season, was what he was doing looked at as productive? And you didn't want to say yes, but you said yes. You had no choice.
Actually, honestly, I was never allowed to answer the question because
we let you. Yes, you did, bro. There you go, capping again. Rat cap. Like, bro, stop it. You don't answer the question
exactly twice. What you did when I tried to answer the fucking question, and you put words in my mouth as to what I was saying. You went on talking about what you thought I said instead of actually being quiet and listening like a man to receive the info.
About what else? You said you knew. You said you knew that.
I said it's pedestrian.
You said
because
you said that's right. You said throwing 500 yards in a game is pedestrian. That's what you said.
Nigga, and that Prescott has done it multiple times.
I just read off to you
in garbage time. That Prescott has done it multiple times. In trash time. Losing by 40 and fucking make it a productive looking game, you get beat by 10. But you was losing by 40 all
Ain't
fucking
nothing
game.
Pedestrian about being a part of the quote unquote 500 club when the league been around. The merger happened 60 years ago. And there's only been 22 quarterbacks to throw for 500 yards in a single game. For almost half, double your lifespan on this planet.
Drew Brees done it. Peyton Manning's done it.
It ain't about the names that's done it. It's the amount of people. It's the amount of people that's done it. Only 22. Only
hundreds of NFL quarterbacks. Hundreds of NFL quarterbacks. 22.
But you say it's pedestrian.
Anybody can do it.
22 other motherfuckers did it.
In the history of the game.
22 other motherfuckers did it. If you got a girl and 22 other niggas before you hit it, would you put a ring on it?
Man, cut it out, bro.
Would you put a ring on it? No, nigga. Animal, put your fucking feet to the fire on it, nigga. Would you put a ring on it, nigga? No.
You sound ridiculous, bro.
And you would say that shit is pedestrian. Why? Because 22 other motherfuckers did it. I wouldn't give a fuck if you're fucking 25.
What was the record before we lost in that second Saints game? How many games? What was our record?
Oh shit, good question. I can't remember.
We were 6-3.
No,
That's
we
the fuck
was
we was, bro. We
6-3.
was 6-3 before that Saints loss.
You can look it up. That's when we started the 5-game losing streak. The Saints game, bro.
When was that Saints game played?
That was
Week
the
10.
game that he got hurt.
Week 10. That was my whole argument. If Kirk Cousins would have said week 11 when we had a bye and said week 12 and 13, he could have came back in week 14 and led us to the playoffs.
Man, if my mom had a dick, she'd be my dad. I don't care about if, bro.
What?
I don't care about if. What happened, bro? Y'all niggas talking about some if shit, bro. Like, if I'd have smashed on the gas instead of letting the fucking cops pull me out the car, I'd have definitely got away. But yet, I'm sitting here in the jail cell talking to your ass.
It's crazy as hell, boy.
Like, y'all niggas is crazy talking this if shit, bro. Like, what?
Oh, man.
Y'all niggas is crazy talking this if shit, bro. Like, nigga, what happened? What he say, man? You only as good as your fucking record say, nigga. Period. And you niggas sitting up here making excuses. Oh, man. If Kirk Cousins would have just not did this, nigga, if my mom didn't meet my dad, I wouldn't be here.
Just like you just said. Just like you just said. We was as good as our record said. We was 6-3 with a 2-game lead in the division.
For the people at home, since you only want to tell half of the story, how did that record end? Don't tell me about 6-3, because it's more games than 9, my nigga.
But that's what we talking about right now. That's the conversation right now.
What did your record end as, my nigga?
Hey, man.
No, nigga, don't get quiet now.
We not gonna insult one another's intelligence here.
Right. Because the whole conversation the whole conversation was on, bro. The whole conversation was on.
You got to break that shit down.
Listen, the whole conversation was on what was this team doing prior to that second Saints game. You said pedestrian after Kirk Cousins threw a 500 game against Tampa Bay, and we was 6-3. That was the whole conversation.
I didn't say this team was
pedestrian. Listen.
Cousins was pedestrian.
Listen. That was the whole conversation.
Don't misconstrue my words.
Right. You said Kirk Cousins was pedestrian after leading us to 6-3 and a 500-yard multiple touchdown game against Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Look, that's why he's so pedestrian. He's so pedestrian. We gonna finish with a worse record than last year.
But what do Kirk Cousins got to do with this year? What do Kirk Cousins got to do with this year? This year ain't got nothing to do on Kirk Cousins. This year ain't got nothing to do on Kirk Cousins.
And it goes back to my original point. This dumbass head coach is gonna kill the fucking team. They been quit on him. They been quit. Like, get him the fuck out of here. And it's reflecting in the team's play now. That nigga Kirk Cousins was pedestrian. He just so happened to be the best quarterback out there at the time. That's like having Daniel Jones.
But when I said that last
Ritter,
week, you told me no that Kirk Cousins wasn't the
Felipe
best quarterback
Franks
out
out
there.
there on the free market, on the free agency joint. Nigga, you ain't got no choice. You got to take the best out of what's out there. Yeah, he's a fucking bum and a career backup. Yes, true.
When have Kirk Cousins ever been a career backup?
Nigga, his whole fucking career. He got franchised 3-4 fucking times by the team that drafted him.
So if you get franchised, you ain't the backup. You the starting quarterback, my guy. He took over that team when Robert Griffin III got hurt. That's why he got franchised twice in a row.
He got put into a position, and it showed when it came time for the team to be like, yeah, yo, we believe in you. What the fuck did they do? They backed the fuck out every time. Yeah, we'll franchise you for a year, nigga.
So basically what you trying to tell me, when a team franchise a player, that player don't get the top 5 contracts divided by 5? So he ain't getting paid like a top player? Because you know, when you franchise a player, you take the top 5 contracts at that position, add them up and divide it by 5, and that's that player's contract for that season. That's how the franchise tag works. So that means that for 2-3 years, Washington felt like, you know what? This quarterback, a top 5 quarterback, but I'm not going to give him a long-term deal. But he's still going to get top quarterback money. That's what a franchise tag is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pay you like a top player. I'm just not going to pay you long-term. That's what a franchise tag is. So that means for 2-3 years, he was still paid as a top player without a long-term deal. And every contract he got after that was guaranteed.
For as much as some fans don't like Matt Ryan ain't never get no fucking offer, no 1-year deal. And he was a good quarterback, and some people will say that he was only
when you franchise tag a player, that's saying you're willing to pay them what the market suggests they should get paid as a top performer at their position, but you're instead of offering them a long-term contract, you're making sure that they are who you want long-term, but you don't want to give them up and lose them to somebody else, so you franchise tag them.
Bro, look,
while you figure that out.
I get it. I know what it is.
So it ain't offering somebody, getting franchise tagging somebody is not a insult to what they're doing.
Nah, it kind of is.
It's a compliment.
I'll make you my girlfriend, but you know what it is? I'll make you my girl, but you won't be my wife. That's exactly
okay. Look,
nigga, that's the insult.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Before you marry
be my bitch.
I will make you my girl, but not my wife. But I'm still gonna pay you like it. But I'm still gonna pay you like it.
Right. I'm still gonna pay your bills. I'm still gonna do everything for you that a husband would do for you.
But you ain't my wife though.
I just ain't.
I'm gonna pay for everything. I'm gonna give you everything you want, but you ain't my wife though.
Ain't that what you do for your fiance?
Nigga, you gotta
That's what you do for any girl before you marry.
Thank you for making my point. You gotta pay either way because the game is real.
But you ain't got a franchise. You ain't got a franchise to say I'm gonna give you a top 5 contract. You ain't got a franchise. T just feel like, you know what, this player is a fit for what we trying to do. So I'm gonna make him feel good and give him a.
They either trade them after they either trade them or they let them walk into free agency.
Try to pay you like Mahomes. If you that guy, like how you try and make it sound Cousins was, when you that guy, I gotta pay you. So
Kirk Cousins is known for having some of the healthiest contracts,
fully guaranteed. Think about it. Think about Kirk Cousins' last contract.
That ain't pedestrian.
4 years, 180 million with 100 million guaranteed, meaning that he was going to start for 2 years. I got the pay of the starting quarterback for 2 years.
Yep.
Listen,
that was the contingency plan for Michael Penix originally.
I'll pay you 40M up front versus having to marry you and pay you 40B. Yeah.
Bro, you do know that after they franchise, most players after they get franchised, they still get paid a actual contract, right? Most guys that's franchise tag still get that contract with that same team. You do know that, right?
Yeah, but we talk about Kirk Cousins. And
Okay,
he did. He got
that's just like in the
franchise tagged
2016.
again. And then
That's just like
again.
in the
And then they
2016-17
booted him.
off seasons. Because Kirk Cousins got a 3-year, $66 million fully guaranteed contract from the Minnesota Vikings. That forced Atlanta to pay Matt Ryan more to keep Matt Ryan after we paid Julio Jones and Devontae Freeman.
Hold on. One more time, bro.
What up, Lord?
When Kirk Cousins signed that 3 years, $66 million fully guaranteed with Minnesota, that forced our hand to pay Matt Ryan more to stay in Atlanta.
Duh. Matt Ryan was worth every fucking penny. I'd have doubled it. The fuck?
And look what happened to our team.
I don't
No
give a
more
fuck.
playoffs since that contract. You don't give a fuck, but now we on
Listen
year
what I'm
8
saying.
of a losing season.
Listen what I'm saying, bro.
Right.
Listen what
Make
I'm
it make
saying.
sense.
I don't. Well, you gotta shut up for me to make it make sense, bro. Now listen what I'm saying.
Calm down.
Matt Ryan, you give him the fucking money. Why? He's a fucking Hall of Famer. He made Kyle fucking Pitts look good. Kyle Pitts ain't did shit since Matt Ryan left. He's looking half-ass decent this year, but is it a fucking fluke because it's time for him to get paid, or is this the
Kyle
real
Pitts
end?
wasn't here in 2016.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, bro. You try and move the goalpost. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Matt Ryan make anybody look good, especially at that time in 2016. Now, for another example as to when Matt Ryan made people look good, i.e. Kyle Pitts. He made Kyle Pitts look like a fucking beast. Kyle Pitts ain't did shit since he had Matt Ryan.
You could have used other examples like Alamadeus Zaccheaus and Russell Gage.
Matt Ryan made.
You could have used them was better examples.
Listen what I'm saying. I'm just saying somebody that's still on the team now, and we ain't had a winning season since Matt Ryan.
It's not okay. It's not.
That's my point.
It's not
like,
that
I would have
simple.
fucking doubled it.
It's not that simple, man.
And when Julio left, I'd have took that money, and when they got a fucking real right tackle,
It's
I'd have brought in the receiver. This shit was a 2-year fix.
People think, see that's right there.
When Julio Jones left, Caleb McGarry was still under his rookie contract.
Yeah, Caleb McGarry had just got here.
Yeah, that's why when Julio left,
he hadn't just got here. Had been for like a year or two or something like that.
2 years.
When Julio left, that money, I would have took that money. I would have went and got me a right tackle.
We already had a right tackle. We had a top 5 offensive line.
And
you had a right-handed quarterback at the time. So what was the dire need for a right tackle? That wasn't the blind. That wasn't your blind side at the time.
In Tyler Algier.
What?
Tyler Algier was 1,000-yard runner in his rookie year, bro.
Yeah, that was with Caleb McGarry as the right tackle.
Listen what I'm saying. I would have went and got one. I know Caleb McGarry was here. He couldn't pass pro for shit then either. So, and Blakberry on your old channel, me and you used to talk about this.
Yeah, and I talked about how he's giving up the fewest amount of sacks out of everybody on the offensive line.
Yeah, that's now. At that time, at that point in time, the nigga was a goddamn Superman changing booth.
No, he
Tasmanian devil, always
bad. He's never been as bad as people make him out to be. Listen, this the thing. It's not as simple as people make it out to be to replace a Matt Ryan. It ain't been as simple. It ain't been simple. I made this. I pointed this out to everybody months ago. If you look at the teams, look at the Green Bay Packers just beat Chicago just now. Jordan Love was groomed to take the place of Aaron Rodgers. The same way Aaron Rodgers was groomed to take the place of Brett Favre. The Chargers now with Justin Herbert, they finally got a quarterback, but they didn't have a good quarterback situation after what's his name? After the old boy with all them kids. What his name is? The quarterback for the Chargers back that was the quarterback for Phillip Rivers. It ain't easy. The Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for Pittsburgh. There was no contingency plan for after Ben Roethlisberger. There was nobody groomed to come in behind him. There was nobody groomed to come in behind Matt Ryan. There was nobody groomed to come in behind John Elway in Denver. There was nobody groomed to come in behind Tom Brady in New England. That's part of the reason why Belichick was in his feelings that Robert Kraft let Jimmy Garoppolo get out the building. He didn't want he didn't want Jimmy Garoppolo to leave. But Robert Kraft made him trade Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Ryan Mallett and Matt Castle.
Bingo.
And every quarterback they done drafted after Tom Brady done got traded off of first round draft picks.
Robert Kraft made him trade those guys. Because Robert Kraft had a relationship tie to Tom Brady. And everybody knows that. Now, everybody know that.
Come on now. This man's own personal trainer had keys to the building. You come in when you want to come in. You ain't got to talk to Bill Belichick. You can come in if Bill Belichick ain't here, you still can come in. It don't matter. This right here, Tom team.
So that's why I said, bro, everybody, it was a 2-year fix. No, it wasn't.
Man,
it's not simple. It's not simple to replace a Matt Ryan. It takes time. That's why when Georgia Texas boys say that Raheem should have stuck with his plan. That's why he's saying it, because it's not an easy fix. If you got a plan, stick to your plan. Now, that's a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow, considering everything that happened last season. But that's the only thing that's not on Raheem. It ain't on him that his quarterback lied about being hurt. Now, do we all feel like he should have still been able to see that something went wrong, that something wasn't right, and should have set his ass down in that third game when he seen what was going on in that third losing game? Yes. He should have set his ass down and said, "Nah, bro, you ain't right. We got to put the young boy in and let you get right."
But then he felt some type of way seeing how Kirk Cousins was playing in that Minnesota game, thinking that Kirk Cousins was back.
Right. Until Ray McLeod fumbled the ball on kick return, and that was all that she wrote. So ain't nobody saying Raheem Morris. We by all means ain't defending Raheem Morris. What we're doing is we're giving you a proper job analysis. That's what we're doing. We ain't in our feelings saying that, oh, he don't like this person, he don't like that person, and he show favoritism over this person and that. When you have a plan, you carry the plan out until the pieces ain't there on the board for you to use no more. Now, in some cases, this is where Raheem got indictments at. Whatever was going on between him and Ray McCloud, it should have been able to get fixed without you parting ways with the best third down option you had a season ago.
Facts, because that right there was a non-football move.
That was a non-football move he made. That was all personal. That can't nobody tell me that wasn't personal. He made that personal. Now, I don't know what line Ray McCloud crossed, but it should have been a way for him to put his ass back on the right side of the line and y'all fix it. That's an indictment on Raheem. But this is why I say this goes beyond coaching. If you got a coach that's going to make impulsive decisions with personnel but in the beginning of the season like that, he don't need to be your head coach. What was discussed I'm just very curious to know. What was discussed in the interview? And we ain't, and someday it's going to come out. What was discussed in the interview with Raheem and Arthur Blank? Because nothing that we see resembles anything relative to the Los Angeles Rams. Nothing. So he couldn't have said the things I done picked up from Sean McVay, I'm gonna bring them to Atlanta. He couldn't have said that. He couldn't have said that everything I'm gonna bring in a offensive method that Sean McVay carried. I'm going to bring that over with Zach Robinson. Zach Robinson was there. He saw how Sean McVay ran an offense. That's what we're going to bring here. He couldn't have said that because we ain't ran this shit like how Sean McVay would run it. Outside of running the pistol, which even Sean McVay don't run it as much as we done ran it. So what was really discussed? What assurance did Raheem Morris give Arthur Blank that this was going to be a winning product?
I can tell you,
was hot.
Man, Raheem Morris told Blank, hey, man, I seen what Sean McVay did with a quarterback that everybody said was ass in Detroit. I can go get Kirk Cousins and do the same thing in Atlanta. I'm telling you. I know the scheme. I'm going to go get Zach. Zach been over here with Sean McVay for the last 5 years, so he been doing everything that he been doing. So I think we get Zach and Kirk Cousins in here, we might can go to the playoffs. 2 years. And then, you know, I was here when Matt Ryan was here, and I seen we didn't have no succession plan, so we got to go get us a quarterback. This year will be the perfect year because everybody think we're going to go get us a pass rusher. And then we're going to shock everybody. We're going to get the quarterback that we wanted. And we'll have our quarterback of the future, and we'll have our quarterback now. Arthur, I know what it takes, Arthur. Since I left Atlanta, I know what it takes to win. Just give me a chance, Arthur Blank. I got it. And look at all the moves that we made. We did the exact same shit that the Rams did. Fuck them first round picks. Let's go get a veteran quarterback and let's see what we can do.
Now that does resemble what the Rams did, but not what they do schematically. That's what I'm saying. That's not enough. And I'm not hiring them. I'm not hiring coaches. I'm not a billionaire hiring coaches. But that ain't enough for me. Oh, okay. I understand you want to follow a model that they follow, but what about the scheme? What about the see? I feel you, but how do I know we gonna be able to do what we need to do to win football games, which is score points? How you gonna do that? You telling me all we need is a quarterback? Okay, you telling me how you gonna get that quarterback? What you gonna do with that quarterback when he get here though? Is that gonna resemble a Sean McVay? Is that gonna resemble that? Well, Arthur, I got it now. Me and Zach Robinson, we got our own way of running the offense. Okay, well, see that worries me.
Exactly.
Now that worries me, Raheem, because I don't know Zach Robinson to know a goddamn thing in the NFL. So, and you, my friend, I sure as hell don't know nothing about your offensive strategies. So why in the hell am I buying into that bullshit there?
Because listen, it's just like I stated on other streams. Because Raheem know how Arthur Blank operate. Arthur Blank was looking for familiarity, it's like I've been saying. I believe this is Arthur Blank's last coaching hire. I'm gonna hire somebody who knows everything how I like to run. What was the first thing Raheem said? Man, I've been to Arthur's ranch in Montana
Yep.
time after time again. I know how he liked the grass cut. I know how he liked the buffalo to roam around and stuff. I know
Mm-hmm.
there was nothing about coaching. It was, I know how you like your stuff ran. Until we get somebody who can run their own operation, we're going to keep having this problem.
But Arthur ain't gonna do that. He not gonna hire that because they interviewed 3 people. They interviewed 3 people that we know for a fact that that's what they require for you to get for them to take the job. So that's how we know the one guy that nobody even, it never crossed none of our minds. It didn't cross my mind, and I ain't gonna speak for y'all two that's on here, but I'm pretty sure it didn't cross your mind neither. That when we was going through the hiring process for head coach, that Raheem Morris crossed our damn mind and getting the damn job.
Didn't you see what happened when we hired Raheem Morris? Ben Johnson and Bobby Slowick both went back to their respective teams. Ben
Mm-hmm.
Johnson went back to the Lions and Bobby Slowick went back to Houston.
Which tells you what?
They wanted this damn job.
They wanted the damn job. So Arthur Blank did exactly what Arthur Blank does, and he hired somebody that's going to go with the program. That's why I said he's a passive-aggressive Jerry Jones. That's what he is. Jerry Jones is a villain to most people in the football community. He's a villain that has Sodom and he got Sodom and Gomorrah over there for a stadium. Arthur Blank, I don't know what you call Arthur Blank. Because everybody loves Arthur Blank. But clearly his hiring is based off of who gonna go with the program. Rich McKay got things that has to be done a certain kind of way, and I got things that need to be done a certain kind of way.
And this is when Arthur Blank needs to be looking at organizations like the Patriots, like the Bears. Both of their GM done went through 3 different head coaches. They both on their 3rd head coach, and they both leading their division, leading their conferences.
And he also need to let Josh go understudy under somebody else other than Atlanta. He need to
And
send him to the Rooney, send him over there to Pittsburgh, let him understudy
just
over
do what
there.
we've been doing. Send them over there to the Rams. You got Les Snead who came from Atlanta.
Yeah,
Like
send him to the Rams.
the relationships between Atlanta and the Rams have been there for years.
That's right. That's true. And the Lions, the Detroit Lions too.
And the Browns.
Send them to Detroit. Let them understudy over there.
And where did the Lions GM come from? The Rams.
Y'all see all the green lights that's surrounding. A lot of green lights surrounding Arthur Blank, but he chooses to turn down the road that got the red light. He chooses to turn down the side street that's one way, and he gonna go the wrong way down a one-way street. That's what Arthur Blank has been doing. That's what he been doing. T-Terry say Blakberry. I told and me and Pam. No, Penix is actually the Blanks boy. The Blanks was they the ones wanted to make sure that he get drafted. Not Terry. Terry didn't have no say so.
And that would have made sense because think about it. That would have been 4 years that Michael Penix have been injury free to come and start next year. I have went 4 years without the injury if Kirk Cousins was the quarterback for last year and this season. And
Right.
then we would have got 4 years of an injury-free Michael Penix to be our starting quarterback with possibly Kirk Cousins and Zach Robinson gone with a groomed TJ Yates.
Right. And to be fair, anybody would have messed their knee up on that roll up that he just took. So I don't even put that on being injury prone. That's anybody the way he got rolled up, that would have hurt any goddamn body. Not just him. It was a contact injury. It ain't like it was non-contact like our boy Daniel Jones today.
Man, hey, I'm gonna be honest, man. If Arthur Blank allowed Terry Fontenot to choose his own head coach, my first choice is still Joe Brady because we interviewed him twice while Terry Fontenot been here, and they got ties from New Orleans. Then people talk about, well, look what he doing at the Bills. Name one wide receiver in Buffalo this year. But now last year Buffalo was cooking when they had tight ends, running backs, and wide receivers, and a quarterback got the MVP. So I got to put Joe Brady in the same category as I put in Clint Kubiak. If we going to go with a first-time head coach, he better have some experience. I mean, extensive experience being an offensive coordinator.
Miss Pound say he went on her radar. He went on. He was. I don't think if we lined up 100 people and asked them if they thought Raheem Morris was gonna get hired by the Falcons prior to the hiring happened, 99 of them would have said no, and the one person in that 100 would have been Raheem Morris.
Because remember what everybody was saying during that hiring cycle, everybody, the TV personalities, the sports analysts, everybody was saying Raheem did deserve another chance. Raheem deserve another chance. And knowing Rich McKay and how he want to be the face of the NFL, think about it. You bring Raheem Morris to Atlanta and he's successful. That's a win-win for Rich McKay and for the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Everybody was saying Raheem got the wrong end of the deal in Tampa Bay. Out of everybody who deserved a second chance, he deserved. You had head coaches, GMs, TV personalities, sport. Everybody. Raheem need a second chance. Raheem need a second chance. Think about it. Think about if that would have worked. That right there would have been like when Michael Vick went to Philly and got his second chance.
Yeah. ATL 251 say Blank has one of the most influential people in the NFL in his head, Rich McKay. That can be a little misleading though. You think Rich McKay is one of the most influential people because we know that Rich McKay is probably the next in line to be commissioner of the NFL. So that's why you're saying that. But really, it's Rich McKay that's being influenced, not the other way around. It ain't Arthur Blank being influenced by Rich McKay. It's Rich McKay being influenced by the rest of the NFL. Think about when these owners get together. We already know that Arthur Blank he's probably the outcast he one of the outcast owners in the league. This is the buzz around them, when they decide to do reports on stuff like this in all season. That's what we've gauged between Arthur Blank and the other owners in the league. Arthur Blank don't vote what most of them would vote when it's come time for them to make decisions on things with the commissioner or things with the league. Stuff, whatever the case is, he for the most part, he like to go against the grain.
That's because Arthur Blank don't want to be looked at as the bad guy.
And he don't exactly. He worried about his image, but he also don't want to be looked at as somebody that just go along with the punches. But I think it's a cover-up. Because it's Rich McKay who we should be worried about that with, not Arthur Blank. And people say, well, he the owner, Blakberry, but who do he look to?
Who run all football operations?
When it comes to operations, he looked to Rich McKay.
That's why when Raheem got here, Arthur Blank felt like, all right, let me see what Rich McKay do in 1 year. All right, Rich McKay, I feel like Raheem and Terry have enough experience for you not to oversee what them doing. This year moving forward, Raheem and Terry will what? Report directly to me. They will not be reporting to Rich McKay or Greg Beatles. Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris will be reporting directly to me. Prior to when Arthur Smith was here, Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot both reported to Rich McKay, who then reported to Arthur Blank, because both of them was new at the job. They had no experience whatsoever.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was a part of his. That was a part of their opening statements when they did that press conference. Am I right?
Yes.
They hadn't even started taking questions yet, so it wasn't even something that a report. It didn't come from no questions from the reporters. That was something that they made a point to make sure that they got out there.
That is the one thing they emphasized, that this year moving forward, that Terry and Raheem think about everything that we did since Raheem been here. We went and got 2 quarterbacks, a veteran and a rookie. We double dipped on edge rushers. We took 3 defensive tackles in 1 draft, knowing that Grady Jerry could be gone the next year. To think about everything that we did. We went and got Mooney, Charlie Warner, and Kirk Cousins. We wasn't doing moves like this prior to Raheem coming here, because we had a Rich McKay overseeing everything. But these past 2 years, all right, I'm going to let y'all do what y'all think is right. I'm going to let y'all run the team how y'all see fit. That's why it makes sense. Yeah, I only come in the weekly meetings once a week because I'm not here every day. I'm not here on the day-to-day. I just come to the weekly meetings to just see how the progress is going, but I don't have a say-so. It makes sense for Rich McKay to say that.
Right.
I'm only here once a week. So I don't know about the day-to-day, but I am here once a week. Everybody go through that. You might not be dealing with something the whole week, but y'all all have a production meeting either at the beginning or the end of the week.
They got Zoom, they got
Slack,
FaceTime.
you know what I'm saying?
They got an email that they send out at the end of every day that he's attached to.
A daily report. Think about it. That's like me at my job. I do a daily report every day, but I send it to the superintendent, the project manager, as well as the foremans. And I don't even talk to them on a day-to-day. I don't even see them during the week, but they still a part of my daily report.
Every email I get, I'm not even the direct. Most of the emails I get, I am not the direct recipient.
CC.
I'm CC'd in that motherfucker. So to people that don't know no better, you can get them that bullshit. But a lot of us know better. That's why you straight lie. That's why I say this go beyond coaching. This shit was inevitable. It was inevitable.
Then that goes back to what I was saying. What's the one thing that Arthur Blank has to do now? The only thing that Arthur Blank can do now is what? Allow his GM to choose his own head coach. So guess what? If it don't work, everybody fired. You get rid of everybody now. You don't get rid of one person or this person. You get rid of everybody. But you got to allow that GM to do everything.
And that's really AKA get out his own way.
Because I got a feeling if Terry done help this roster get good, if Terry done help with the cap and all of this, if we let him go somewhere else, it's going to be a mistake.
Go ahead.
Because you basically just groomed him to go do the job. You done groomed him for 5 years. That's like, okay, that's like the Saints. They've been grooming Terry been a Saint for 18 years, probably for the last 5. They've been grooming him to be GM, and Arthur Blank come in there and swoop him up.
Yep. Because Arthur promises him something.
Think about everything that Terry done did in New Orleans. I know how to work around the cap. I know how to keep players. I know how to go get players. I know how to make all this work within the cap. And then just think about the players they were still getting after Drew Brees left. They were still getting top free agents to come to New Orleans.
Yep. Honey Badger. Well, That's the biggest one I can think of, Honey Badger. But what you say, T. Terry? He say, Blackberry, you and Georgia Chase boy will make perfect team just like Shannon. That's just cause we agreeing on something right now, heavily. So I see how you say that. Cause we me and him, we on point with this one. Like, it's proper analysis. Okay. It's proper job analysis. Not all this this his friend, and that's why he don't want to Kirk Cousins his friend. That's why you look out for his friend. No, bro. There was a contingency plan. And clearly, in hindsight,
It
for
didn't
most of
work.
y'all, your boy Penix needed that contingency plan to work. You should see that now if you couldn't see it before.
Clearly, that whatever the plan was, one can only assume as to what it may have been. I'm talking about what it is. I don't do the speculation about the ifs. I just look at it right now. At the end of the year last year, we had a losing fucking record. We won one more fucking game than that 6-3.
2 more.
All right, my bad. 2 more. Ooh, shit. So
I'm just
many
bullshit.
more.
I'm just bullshit.
Ooh, so many more. But, like, and we're not gonna look at the incompetence and say, I mean, we wasn't doing that great before this new guy appeared into the building. But since this new guy been in the damn building, we ain't did shit. And yet we have people who will say, oh man, you know what, it wasn't him. It wasn't him, it was just the guy got hurt. And that's why we looked at like trash. It had nothing to do with the coach making us look like trash. It was just him getting hurt. Like,
But
that
that's not what
wasn't
we're saying. Because Raheem still, in my opinion, he is still at fault. You are the head coach of this team. And you knew for a fact that quarterback was not playing the same in week 10 through 18 how he was through week 1 through 9.
Man, I just want to remind you, bro, you was just monologuing for like a whole 30 minutes. I ain't said nothing. I ain't interrupt you or none of that shit. Even though a lot of that shit that you said, some of it I disagree with, I ain't interrupt you. I let you cook. Just
All right, so
allow me the
go
same.
ahead.
Just allow me the same, my dog.
Go ahead.
Can we start and get a mutual agreement there?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Now, with I don't give a fuck as to why the job didn't get done. All I know is the fucking job ain't done, my nigga. I don't speculate on the if, like, cause if was a fifth, we all know the rest. I don't care about if. Your record at the end of the motherfucking year was this, and it was not a winning, so it was a fucking losing one. Blame it on the Easter Bunny, blame it on Santa Claus, blame it on injury, blame it on the fucking Grinch. I don't care. But from the moment you step on the field, like Denzel Washington said on Remember the Times, from the moment that you step on that field and you put on that motherfucking uniform that say Atlanta Falcons on it, I don't give a fuck about no, oh man, coach, my toe was hurt. I couldn't do my fucking job. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Availability is the best motherfucking ability. Come hell or high water. That's how you could be a beast and get your job fucking took. Because your ass can't show up when it's time to do the fucking job. But if we had it my way, I would have never brought the guy here to begin with. And I would have never went at Deshaun Watson to force Matt Ryan out the fucking door. But hey, it just is what it is, man. Like, it didn't, so we've been losing fucking sense. I accept that. It is what it is. Like, man, this shit is like the 12 steps. Anybody ever been in the can and had to do the 12-step program, drug and alcohol or whatever? You know what I'm talking about. Like, you gotta apologize, you gotta crash, burn down, and do it all, and then really be honest and seeking help for that shit. Until you want help, real help, and it'll show when you want help, because you're gonna say it and do it, and you're gonna put the work in. These motherfuckers ain't putting the work in. They saying it. They ain't standing on it, though, because they just talking about it. And it start with Arthur Blank. And they end there. But until you get some nuts in your pants and hold the coaches accountable, this shit gonna continue to look trash. It don't matter if you got Michael Jordan and Jerry Rice and every fucking Hall of Famer at every position. It's still gonna look like shit. Why? Because the nigga you got leading it is shit. And they gonna play according to his philosophy. Some folks would say, I would call it stupidity, in Raheem Morris. Nigga, you the head coach. The buck stops with you. Period. Go ahead, bro.
You done with your soliloquy?
Go ahead, man.
And I agree 100%. This team will only go as far as your head coach take them. But just like we've been saying, is Arthur Blank that type of owner to pull a Robert Kraft to say, you know what, Jared Mayo, this ain't gonna work. I gotta get another head coach. You know what, Heberflus in Chicago, this ain't gonna work. I gotta go get another head coach. We don't know if Arthur Blank. We know that Arthur Blank ain't that type of owner.
Listen, you can't criticize the bank for not loaning you its money. You get what I'm trying to say?
I get it.
Like, I mean, we can criticize him all the fuck we want, but until we own the fucking team, you don't gotta listen to what the fuck we say. The only power we got is every human being in America's superpower. The fucking money. Until your money speak loud, my nigga, they ain't trying to hear that shit.
All right, so I'm gonna do this real quick. Questions for an interview. I'm doing questions for an interview. I'm just gonna take. Let me see. I'm gonna use trucking, and then I'm gonna symbolize it for football. So if I'm hiring a truck driver, first thing I want to know about them is how much experience they got. First reason being, in trucking, I need to know that you done seen some stuff and done had been in some situations where you might know how to get yourself out of a jam if you find yourself in one when it comes to maneuvering your truck. And then also, I got to know that my insurance gonna take you, because insurance, they require at least 18 months of experience. At least our insurance does. So with 18 months of experience, and depending on how much time you done had out there and how much you've had to travel, I'm gonna know how much experience you got, and if I trust that amount of experience, that you're gonna be able to operate and maneuver the truck the way I need you to. Second thing I'm asking is, how many jobs have you had? How many places have you been with this experience? If you somebody that done bounced around a lot, now in my profession, it's not necessarily a good look. In football, if you done been a lot of different places, that means you've seen a lot of different systems. Probably you've seen a lot of different personalities, a lot of different ways of coaching and managing. That might be a good thing in football. If you somebody that ain't been to a lot of places in football, I'm kind of side-eyeing that Jimmy Lake.
All right,
Barely
now,
left the state of damn Washington.
okay, now so stop right there. Oh, what you just said.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
we're gonna go
Agreed.
back to number one, experience. So they looked at it like this. All right, we just went back to back with two first-time head coaches. So Ben Johnson, Bobby Slowick, Mike McDaniels, all y'all are off the list. We just gonna do an interview to do an interview, right? All right. Okay. Now we're gonna go to Mike Vrabel. You bring in Mike Vrabel, and their eye, we're gonna get the same thing we got from Arthur Smith. Right?
From Mike Vrabel, a way better coach than Arthur
Right,
Smith, you're
right.
gonna get the same thing.
I agree. No, I'm not saying like record wise. I'm saying like coaching style, mentality style. Like how I'm coming at you. You're gonna get the same thing that we
Offensive.
just let go. Like not like Mike Vrabel gonna come here as and we'll have a 7-10 record, but how Arthur Smith carried himself. He didn't care about the outside noise. I'm gonna do shit my way, like boom, boom.
Yeah,
So that's why
I
I,
get
I
it.
was saying that the same kind of coaching style. So we just left
Yeah,
that. So we weren't going to Mike Vrabel, right? So we already knew that Jim Harbaugh was going to the Chargers. They knew that as soon as he said he was leaving Michigan, the
yeah.
Chargers, right? Raheem Morris. I got experience
No,
under the Shanahan tree, and I got experience under the Sean McVay tree. I was here
no.
in Atlanta when we was mediocre, then went to the Super Bowl. I was in LA when we was mediocre, then we went shopping for free agents, won a Super Bowl. Then I had to some way build up my defense with a bunch of young players, and we was the middle of the pack.
Can I ask one question? Can I ask one question?
Mhm.
When in the last 15 years the Rams been mediocre?
The
No,
season after they won the Super Bowl,
Excuse me, come again?
the season after they won the Super Bowl,
That was what,
they was
18?
they was really bad that season.
that was the whole point of them trading Jared Goff to go get Matthew Stafford because they didn't go back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, all right, I would say, all right, I give you that one, but I ain't certain. So it's no argument. I'm just gonna give it to you. That's once, right?
Right.
And they
It did.
went to the Super Bowl and won it the year before. Can you blame them? Like, and let's be honest, Raheem didn't inherit in LA no horrible defense. Like, nigga, you had
I
Aaron
said
Donald
that.
and
I
Ramsey.
said that. I said that. I said the year they won the Super Bowl, that's when they went and got all those free agents. The Jalen Ramsey, Ernest Jones, they went and got all those free agents on that defense. I never said he didn't have. That's why I said Raheem inherited a defense. He didn't build that defense. He inherited. That was a Brandon Staley, Wade Phillips defense that Raheem Morris inherited. Because
But we
remember,
had we done had that conversation before when we told you that Dean Pease inherited a defense in Baltimore. Like it don't matter about them inheriting a defense. Is what did you learn when you had that defense? And can you
Man,
that was
implement
my
it
whole
again?
thing about Raheem.
you
So,
can't look
so
nowhere in
they looked at it
Raheem.
like he spent 4 years here in Atlanta with Kyle Shanahan. Well, no, it was like 2-3 years here with Kyle Shanahan. Then you got fired from Atlanta and spent what four years with Sean McVay.
All right, look, let me ask you a quick question. Would you say Tomlin's a good coach?
Yeah,
Yeah.
How? When he doesn't have anybody who ever came from his coaching tree. Literally zero.
yeah, but he ain't never had a
So
losing
how is he
season
a
either.
good coach?
Because as a coach of his team, and just like we stated earlier, your team
Look,
moves has your leadership. Pittsburgh ain't never had a losing season in 20 years.
they ain't know how to lose season, but they went 8-8
So
a lot.
that's something to hang your hat on. not having a losing season.
But
Well,
that's the Pittsburgh way, because
it's the
Pittsburgh, but that's the Pittsburgh way, because Pittsburgh only had 3 head coaches their
yeah, they've
entire
only had 3
existence.
head coach their entire existence, but
All right,
you
fair
don't give
point.
him the grace on the 500 seasons if he don't win a championship prior to
Right.
that.
Exactly. Because remember, don't get me wrong. That was a Bill Cowher team, just like that was a Tony Dungy team that John
Inherited
Gruden
team.
won with in Tampa Bay. But he inherited the team to get them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
But
just
anyway,
like that's the
next
same
question
thing about what we
I'm
thought that
asking.
Raheem was going to do when he got here. Raheem was
Man,
going to what?
but
Inherited a
but
talented
see,
offense.
here's my point, and I'm glad you said that because you just walked into my trap. You triggered my trap card. What the fuck has Raheem ever done? If you like, I'm from Atlanta, nigga. Like, I go anywhere in Atlanta, I got a face card. What has Raheem did anywhere to and Zach Robinson? Let's put both of their ass on trial. What the fuck had these niggas ever done anywhere to say, yo, man, man, your team sucks? Call Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson and they can go and get you a Super Bowl. Don't worry, I'll wait.
But that ain't in that's not in relation to what we talking
I'm glad
about,
you said
though,
that.
because we
Okay,
already
the
done
whole
said that the
like
inheritance of a team is something that's
look.
not
Okay,
uncommon.
okay, that's just like a
listen what
new
I'm saying.
idea. That's just like
What has Raheem
I'm finna explain it to you.
Where has Raheem went and they was like, shit, they had a bad team, and then they called that nigga.
These other coaches that we called out, didn't inherit bad teams. They inherited teams they inherited either a good defense or a good offense.
Your team went 2-15, and the first motherfucker you made the phone call to was, yo,
that's not the same. That's not what that
up?
is not
Yo,
what
who
we
this
was
is?
just talking about.
Hey,
No, that's not the same.
You
that
remember
is
that
not
old
even close to what we was just talking about.
Raheem ain't ever did nothing nowhere. Like,
bro,
he
was preaching
was
to the choir. You
circumstances.
preaching to the choir. We know this already.
Why would you bring him in? Why would you give him a phone call to even bring him in?
That's nonsensical at this point, because we already that's apparent at this point. That's why I'm going over. That's why I'm going over an interview process to see, to try to maybe through osmosis see if I can see what was discussed in this damn interview. Because okay, you done been around the league. You done seen some things. That's something that could be useful in football. Okay. You coming from an organization, your experience, you coming from an organization where you was the defensive coordinator for a championship team. That's a plus. You've been on other championship staffs where you was a part of the staff and they won a championship. That's a plus. So experience, okay. Now, the next thing I'm asking, if from a trucking aspect, okay, so what's something that you gonna bring to my team that's gonna help towards production? What are you gonna bring to the team that's useful? If the guy say I'm gonna bring a positive attitude and I don't call out a lot, so I'm dependable. If they say, things like that, I'm like, okay, that's generic. Okay, what else? Because when I look at Raheem, that's what I see. I see generic.
Yep, and what did Raheem say? Well, what can I do to help this team? Well, I know that I can bring in better quarterback play than Desmond Ridder.
And that's all that Arthur Blank needed to hear.
And right there, his ass is fired. We are extending the hiring process. He like some motherfuckers talk good as hell on the interview, but as soon as like the last sentence that you say to the motherfucker, like you had the interview in your bag, like yeah, I got this, I bagged it.
But
Yo, I bagged this
that's
chick.
why
I
that's
bagged
why
her.
I'm doing it.
Hear me out. Let me finish. Yo, I bagged it. And say something. The next thing you say out your fucking mouth, fuck up everything. Now I rescinded all that shit. You fucked up. That right there. As soon
That
as
ain't fucking
he
up though.
said that,
Because
as soon as he said, I
if
get you
he
better
say he
quarterback
already
play than
got
Ritter, I
if
would have
he
fired his ass.
if he
Right
say
there.
he already got a quarterback on the hook. Because that's what I'm getting to. He had to say, I got Kirk Cousins on the hook. He had already had to talk to
And
Raheem
And don't
Morris.
forget,
Already.
that
I
they was
would have
talking
put
to
the
Baker
fucking
Mayfield as
GM.
well before Baker Mayfield re-signed with Tampa Bay, because Baker Mayfield was on the Rams.
And I would be looking at the GM side fucking eye too. Because
No, you can't look at the GM because the
listen,
GM didn't have no say so. He
but
didn't have no say so on who the
I would
quarterback
be
was gonna
looking
be.
at the GM side eye too, because nigga, I gave you the fucking team. Like, nigga,
But that go
put
back
this
to
shit
when
together.
Terry got hired with Arthur Smith. Terry didn't have
Like
control
the
over the
minute,
roster. Arthur
the
Smith had
minute that
control
you
over the
said,
roster.
listen, the minute that you said, hey yo, I need $180 million. All right, cool. Who you going to go get? Kirk Cousins. Oh man. All right, cool. And I'm telling you, right there, before you get the fucking money, if this old bum ass nigga, this career backup, turned out to be a fucking career backup and don't get us over the fucking hump, your ass is out of here. And guess what? The head coach gonna know it, and the owner gotta hear it too. Cause you got, as the GM, you gotta justify that shit. You gotta go to bat and fight for it too. And then you turn around and draft the quarterback in the first round.
What
Yeah, your ass is on the fucking hook
what you
too,
don't
bitch.
understand about
All you bitch ass
he
motherfuckers.
did not have a say so on
Man,
who was gonna be
man.
quarterback.
The GM cut the motherfucking check, nigga. His signature on that motherfucker. Arthur Blank, give it to the GM,
All right,
and the
then.
GM signed him and cut him
You're
out.
wrong.
Look.
You're wrong. ATL 251 said
Look.
this has all been a setup for there to be two generations of McKays and Blanks running the Falcons. Look, we interviewed 16 and every one except for one out of the 16 has a better record currently than Murray's. That's
And
a
all of them call
fair point
plays, and
at second
all of
half.
them have a clipboard or something in their hand.
They all right, exactly. So it listen, man. We the understanding of how this shit works is important. Okay, y'all. The understanding of how this shit works is important. Terry Fontenot had no say so over Kirk Cousins nor Michael Penix. Michael Penix was the Blanks boy. Josh Blank and his scout team scouted the boy. They went and what they took. The Blanks got everybody on the that was
Remember,
currently there
in the
together and
rain,
took them to
in the
Washington
rain,
a weekend before the draft to
in
watch
the
this
rain.
boy work out in strenuous weather.
And that was after Minnesota sent everybody up there to look at him. And that was after the Raiders sent everybody up there to look at him. That's why nobody knew we was going after a quarterback in 2024. That's why it was a perfect pick. And that's why when Ryan Post called talking about pick number 9, Terry said no, because Michael Penix could have been gone.
He could have been gone. That was the Blanks boy. And Kirk Cousins is who that Raheem Morris had on the fucking hook already. This shit done came out already anyway when it wasn't supposed to. So this is why we lost a draft pick. It's just Kirk Cousins didn't say it right out the way it was. But
Just
he
like
said
everybody.
enough.
Just like everybody been stating, this Kirk Cousins. I mean, this offense was built for Kirk Cousins. You went and got Charlie Warner. You went and got Darnell Mooney. You went and got Ray because they knew in 2 years Ray could be gone, Darnell Mooney could be gone, Kirk Cousins could be gone, and depending on how Kyle Pitts perform, he could be gone. So you'll have a new offense next year with Michael Penix, but your core would be who? Michael Penix, Drake, and Bijan. We just had to use it early.
And if you want to see what it should look like, just watch Detroit play every Sunday. They got a quarterback with a big arm, he's precise, he's persistent, and he makes good decisions with the football. Similar to a Kirk Cousins before his injury with the Skanks last year. But they got a Jahmyr Gibbs too. So what do you do when you got somebody when you got a guy that you can have a passing game with, but you also got a dynamic running back in the backfield? Watch what Detroit does. It's not that hard. Have that guy that's dynamic be available to you on checkdowns across the line of scrimmage.
Think about it. We match the Lions player for player, but it's just our scheme.
It's our scheme. And we got a bigger number one receiver, of course. But you're right.
Think about it. Jameson, Mooney. Their number 3 wide receiver, Ray. David Montgomery, Tyler Algier. Sam Laporta, Kyle Pitts. And before they had Sam Laporta,
Welly is Warren.
TJ Hockenson.
Come on. Just watch what Detroit does. That's what it should look like. We run entirely too many east-west plays to Bijan and Kyle Pitts. You should be running north plays for both
I
of
hate
those
that.
guys.
Everything we run is outside the numbers.
This goes back to what I said the year that we drafted Bijan, bro. He should be the number 2 back, bro. Tyler Algier should be our starter. Quarter 1 through 3, and sprinkle Bijan in there in between. And let him be your Darren Sproles. Like you get what I'm trying to say? Let him be your little underneath guy in the pass game. But when you want to run the fucking ball, use Tyler.
He remind me of Gills remind me of Darren Sproles 2.0. That's what it remind me of. But we're gonna start wrapping this up, man. We gotta get the fuck up out of here. I got to chill out before I gotta go hit the block. But it's important to know how the structure of the team works. Okay. And if you're a content creator, I strongly suggest you get acclimated with the structure of the team. Because a lot of what we say, these people that's watching gonna go out there and repeat it. That's why I know where y'all get the shit from that y'all say in the chat when y'all talk about Raheem and his boyfriend and Raheem and his wife and Raheem and being all this bullshit, his best friend, and I know where y'all get that shit from. It's entertainment, but at the same time, be a little bit intellectual with your goddamn shit. This is a job analysis that we have to do, and it's hard to do when the team ain't structured right in the first damn place. That's why today's game is not only inevitable, but it's hard to properly diagnose it. Because we are missing a lot of pieces. We missing a lot of pieces to this team that were important to this team's functioning. And depth ain't that big of an issue as depth is a bit of a problem, but not that big of a problem. J.D. Bertrand was just ass. Everybody else been all right. Now, lately, today, your boy Wilson was getting his ass demolished. But outside of today and maybe the past week or two, he ain't look that bad. He doesn't look serviceable. And he's the third option at right tackle.
And that go back to the coaching, because you can see right now that the whole team have gave up.
Now today they gave the fuck up. Especially after Bijan fumbled the ball, they gave up. Everybody gave up.
And that go to coaching, because it's like
Because
that's why
go ahead.
that's why it's a big emphasis on your head coach doing something. Like, you either got to call in my opinion, your head coach got to call the offense or the defense.
It depends, especially in this situation. That's why I said Sean McVay runs his offense.
I feel like the Mike Tomlins and the John Harbaughs, that's like the last of a generation. Like, you don't see too many coaches now. They're just a manager.
Right. That's just a delegator, and that's it.
Like
but that's what I don't understand with Arthur Blank's hiring of Raheem Morris. When you had Arthur Smith ran his offense. When you had Dan Quinn didn't run his defense all the time, but when he needed to, he did. We saw him take over his defense.
mm-hmm.
So when you hire Raheem, what did he say outright? Like, nah, I'm not gonna run none of the units. I know I got these two inexperienced guys I'm gonna have come in here and run it, and I'm just gonna delegate. But I got my hook. I got the hooks in a veteran quarterback that's gonna be able to command the offense and help this young play caller along the way. But okay, well, what about defensively?
Blakberry,
Raheem?
you just said it. With Raheem Morris, they was gonna get the Belichick way without Bill Belichick. Think about it.
Belichick ran his defense.
Or no, he didn't. Because think about these last few years. That was Matt Patricia.
Yeah, but they didn't win shit them last few years.
That's what I'm saying, though. But think about it. You was gonna come in and you was gonna get the Belichick way with Raheem Morris. I'm gonna manage the game, and I'm gonna allow my coordinators to win the game for me. I'm gonna allow my coordinators to do their job, so I can start my own tree, and my coaches can start getting posts for head coaching jobs.
I don't agree with that. I don't think this is the Belichick way that we seeing with Raheem, but I do think that Raheem assured them that I'm going to have freedom to be in more than one place at a time and put my focus on multiple units, multiple positions, and that's going to be beneficial to the team because I've been a receiver coach. I've been a DB coach. And I've been on both sides of the ball enough to be able to be in more than one place at a time. I think that's the assurance he gave Arthur, and the assurance that, and I'm going to be a team guy and let the democracy play out the way you want it to play out. And that was what Arthur wanted to hear.
I'm gonna be everything opposite of Arthur Smith.
Bingo. So I think that's what it is, but it's important to understand the structure it is, man. Listen, man. I'm not defending Raheem Morris. I'm just giving y'all a proper job analysis of the guy. And he's failing. Now, he's had opportunities to do better, and he's done better. He got the DC right. We like Jeff Ulbrich. We like him. He got it right. He's the head coach. He's going to get the credit for getting the DC right. The pass rush has been abysmal for years. He got it right. He's the head coach. He's going to get the credit. He got it right. We like what we see on defense for the most part. We like the talent that we've acquired. He's had a hand in getting that talent here. And for those that was Jeff Ulbrich did that. Who hired Jeff Ulbrich? Who got the sign off and who got the sign off on what Jeff Ulbrich do?
And out of everybody on this staff, who got a relationship with Jeff Ulbrich?
Raheem Morris. So let's listen. I don't trust me. It's all I can taste the vomit in my mouth saying it. But it's the truth. It's proper job analysis, y'all. And that's what hate like it or love it, hate it or love it. That's what Arthur Blank is also gonna do, and that's what scares the devil. That's what scared the devil into me. Is
Because you're
that
gonna give him another year to go
he
get a
gonna
good
give him
offensive
another year?
coordinator, to go get a special team coach.
That's why. Is he fired
Man,
yet? Do anybody see anything about a firing yet? No.
man, y'all niggas trying to jinx us or something yet? No, seriously, because now that I think about it, dog, I ain't seen nothing about no fire.
No, because remember, I think
No, man, y'all niggas jinxing us, yo.
William
Y'all niggas
Amy had
working
said
too
something
much, yo.
about Raheem got to win. That Blank said he got to win at least three games out of these next 5 or something like that. So maybe, hey, like I said on the last stream, Raheem might get that Arthur Smith treatment. 12 a.m. The Falcons have fired Raheem Morris, like, because at this point it ain't no reason to
Man,
go get
fuck
somebody else
that.
right now.
Yeah, that nigga in the look, we done broke all the wrong fucking records anyways. What's one more? Break this record and fire this nigga in the middle of the fucking game. We done broke all the wrong fucking records any fucking ways. Might
I
as well
swear.
be a trendsetter. At least set a trend that a nigga could look at it and be like, man, you know what? That kind of made fucking sense. They
Man,
fired this idiot in the middle of the game.
we got the defense playing the way we want them to play, and we lose, bro. That's crazy. 7+ sacks, 2+ turnovers, and you still
Bro,
lose the game
You still
bro,
lose the game
they
multiple
quit,
times, back to back to back.
bro. This like the
multiple
5th
times.
game we did some shit like that.
This day, it one thing for sure. When nobody questioned Raheem Morris getting fired in the middle of next week or Thursday night game,
Bullshit.
when nobody questioned it at all, when nobody scratched their head about it, when
Bruh,
nobody blink an eye at it.
I felt sorry for the ones who had a little bit of faith when that score was 6-6 at halftime. They just knew that we was finna win this game.
Man, come on,
Oh no,
bro. Now you
I
gonna
already
do
knew
me
what
like
kind of
that,
day it was
too?
gonna be when they didn't give Mooney that touchdown. I already knew what
Bruh,
kind of day it was finna be.
Bro, I just knew we had a shot. At halftime when that shit was 6-6, bro. I mean 3 years.
Yeah, 6-6 at halftime.
yeah, 6-6 at halftime. Them boys
Bro, I
came and
just knew.
gave
I'm
us
like, yo, bro, we
31
gonna fuck
unanswered
around
points.
and bomb them niggas. We gonna keep this shit close.
Nah, man.
Boy,
Listen,
man,
man. When they didn't
I'm
give Mooney
so
that
fucking mad.
touchdown, I knew what time it was. I knew what kind of day, what kind of second half it was gonna be, bro. When they did, it's just fitting for
Man,
an Atlanta Falcon team to get robbed of a score,
when I
and then all the damn ties just fall off the motherfucker.
Bruh,
when I
bruh,
seen the nigga Kyle Pitts catch the ball and then the flukiest shit ever I seen in my life, the damn ball missed and hit the linebacker in his fucking chest and bounced off of him and it popped back up in the air and he caught the shit. I'm like, oh my God, Joe. Like
bruh.
we're gonna
Listen.
lose.
Folks thought we found the answer for the Seattle Seahawks, and the Seahawks was like, "What? Watch this
Hold my
shit."
beer.
First, we're gonna kick it off with a 100-yard kick return. Then we're gonna show y'all
Bro,
how our offense really work. Back to back to back to back to back. Touchdown, touchdown. Every
bro,
time I looked up to
Raheem
the
got
TV,
to
bro, it was a
go,
touchdown.
yo. This nigga gotta go. He gotta go, yo.
Yo, right now we got to go. So
Oh God.
I appreciate Georgia Texas boy and about whatever for coming on as always, man. The link was in the chat for whoever else wanted to come on. I just wasn't gonna pin it in there. But listen, man, y'all make sure y'all tune in for the week. We probably not gonna have a show tomorrow. I got to work a double tonight, so tomorrow I might be like, fuck that shit. But I might not. I don't know yet. But
Hey,
make sure you got the notification bell hit. Notification bell hit. We'll go around the horn. I'll let y'all boy give y'all last takes, man.
hey, man, y'all already know it's your boy, Georgia Texas boy, Gas boy. Hey, man.
Got them gas. What?
Hey, man. Be on the lookout, man, for Gas Boy Speaks. Finna start my own show, man. You know, so if you see my page, go ahead and start subscribing to my page, man, because I'm finna drop it here pretty soon. We're gonna talk about sports, the Falcons, the Dogs, the Braves, basketball. We might talk about a little bit of fishing, whether it's catfishing, bass fishing. But yeah, so just be on the lookout. But it's coming soon.
It's well overdue too, man. I can't wait for it. I'm there for it all day. We gonna promote the hell out of that shit over here for sure. All right, what you got? About what you got, man?
Oh man, ain't much, man. I'm just tired of watching my guys lose. It's becoming fucking, I don't know, sad. I guess.
It been sad.
I mean, I was looking for a word worse than sad, like depressing, somewhere around that realm. But eventually we gonna get it right, man. It's like Friday, the boy Red, he gonna cry in the car.
We gonna get it right eventually, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if it's gonna take another 60 years, but eventually it's gonna get right. Maybe 60 years from now, I'll be looking back at this 60-year mark and saying,
Finally,
after I done got old in the head, the Falcons win a championship. And hopefully it's in the last 2 minutes of a Super Bowl and we up 20 points so I can feel good about it.
I know, right? But no, man. You know, you dropped the link. I'm gonna be in here, bro.
Absolutely, man. And I appreciate
cool.
you, bro. Be easy, man. So y'all make sure y'all tune in the rest of the week. This Thursday, and I gotta get with Wolf respectfully, but this Thursday is gonna be the Rex Pit, of course. Like we do every Thursday, but we gotta bring it to the pit this Thursday. The eye test and Wolf respectfully. I got to get with Wolf just to iron out details. I already done spoke with the eye test, though they ready. So y'all make sure y'all look out for that this Thursday, man. And of course, Fan Speak, stay tuned. If you're still in here, don't leave yet. The promo for Fan Speak gonna be right after I close this out. Y'all make sure y'all here for Tuesday for Fan Speak, because that's what we like to do on Fan Speak is drop the motherfucking link. So make sure you're here for that so you come talking shit. A lot of people can't talk it on Sunday because Sunday family day. You're doing things. Me, I'm about to go slap some family around right now. So y'all make sure y'all here for Tuesday for Fan Speak, man, when we drop the link. Appreciate you, Ms. Pam, ATL 251. Everybody that's been in the chat, T. Terry, Iron Mike, Bernard Cantrell, who else? Whoever else was in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Y'all make sure y'all make it do what it do. This been the home team with Blakberry. That's Blakberry, no C, just the K. Catch us on the flip side. Peace.
Night ride on the trail.